got that yummy, yum, that yummy, yum, that yummy, yummy. Yeah, you got that yummy, yum, that yummy, yum, that yummy, yummy. Say the word on my way. Yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe. Any night, any day. Say the word on my way. Yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe. In the morning or late. Say the word on my way. Bonafide stallion. Ain't no stable, no, you stay on the run. Ain't on the side, you're number one. Yeah, every time I come around, you get it done. 50-50, love the way you split it. 100 racks on me, spin it, babe. Light a match, get lit, it, babe. That jet set, watch the sunset, kinda. Yeah, yeah. Rolling eyes back in my head, make my toes curl, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you got that yummy, yum, that yummy, yum, that yummy, yummy. Yeah, you got that yummy, yum, that yummy, yum, that yummy, yum. Say the word on my way. Yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe. Any night, any day. Say the word on my way. Yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe. In the morning or late. Say the word on my way. Standing up, keep me on the rise. Lost control of myself, I'm compromised. You're incriminating, no disguise. And you ain't never running low on supplies. 50-50, love the way you split it. 100 racks on me, spin it, babe. Light a match, get lit, it, babe. That jet set, watch the sunset, kinda. Yeah, yeah. Rolling eyes back in my head, make my toes curl, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you got that yummy, yum, that yummy, yum, that yummy, yum. You stay flexing on me. Yeah, you got that yummy, yum, that yummy, yum, that yummy, yum. Say the word on my way. Yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe. Any night, any day. Say the word on my way. Yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe. In the morning or late. Say the word on my way. Hop in the Lambo, I'm on my way. True house slippers on with a smile on my face. I'm elated that you are my lady. You got the yum, 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 yum. You got the yum, yum, yum. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, you got that yummy, yum, that yummy, yum, that yummy, yummy. Yeah, you got that yummy, yum, that yummy, yum, that yummy, yum. Say the word on my way. Yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe. Any night, any day. Say the word on my way. Yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe. In the morning or late. Say the word on my way.
Hello. How's it going? They made an archetype based on Ray? That's crazy. Hello, please. Hello, Darkwing Duck. Good orming. Good orming. Hello, Sunju. Thank you for the yummy redeem. Or whatever that fucking song was. Reggie should sue Konami? One of the main deck monsters literally copy-paste Reggie model is crazy. That's true. That's for his full yummy combo? That's true. Can't believe Reginald is gonna be Master Duel. Oh my god. What's up, real D810? Thought Draco Tail was a boring deck. I played a little bit and I see it's a knowledge deck. Yeah. I think like once you get it down, it's pretty fun. I would say. FU Bug Cupsy or Doobie. Alright. I'm not a huge fan of Yummy, but I'll give it a try. I saw some Sofa Chord combos, and I might try those. Alright. How many gems we saving? I can't open up Master Duel, but I have like almost 9,000. I think I'm like 200 off 9,000. Millennium Yummy? Nah. Nah. I mean, you could do it. I'm not going to... You could do it. Alright. First on the docket. Cupsy, waiting room. True. Baxcalibur. Alright. First on the docket... We're leeching off the homie. Sometimes it be one of your own. I wonder who this handsome individual. Top 8 Lansing Regional Mitsurugi Striker. Featuring, oh no, spoilers. Okay. Alright.
Hey guys.
Oop, I didn't mean to. So yeah, I have quite a few videos. To pass the time. Orm, yeah. Esther deck is so tight. It's literally impossible. Fiendsmith, bruh. Oh yeah, there's this one. -1. Okay, how many words is this? Shareholder earning report. Okay, bruh. Oh my fucking god. All right, this is like unserious as fuck. Okay. We have Jesse Perez as well. Oh yeah. Ray is thin. I don't know what indicates that he's like. I mean, in person. I mean, he works out. Damn, that's fucked up. What else do we have? We have Jesse Perez. No react is complete without Jesse Perez and me. Okay, there's a Sunny video. I don't know if we'll get to that. That looks like a fucking whatever. We'll probably get to it actually. Reggie benches 120 kilograms from what I remember. All right, it's not that bad. Oh, actually, no, I can't do that shit. That's what. Yeah. Yeah. Here's the Jesse Perez video. The surprising third strategy for going second that nobody talks about this. All right, so we have hand traps. We had board breakers. Totally not the most glazed option ever when it comes to evaluating decks. Gas. Yeah, 120. No, that's like basically 250 pounds. Hello, Mr. Yummy. Hello, Raz with X. Yeah, nobody talks about it. Nobody glazes this, you know. It doesn't come up in like every fucking conversation. What's it called? So we'll start with the. All right, we'll start with this. Top left, top left. Okay. All right. Did you read the clowns? No. Fine, I'll look at the clowns. Fine, I'll look at the stupid clowns. Yeah, you are not a clown. You are the entire circus. Okay, Edgeworth. Okay, we get it. I didn't even trigger this voice line. I'm the goat. All right. Tribute summon archetype. I know. I can't wait for the brain children, the people with I can't wait for the armchair card evaluators to be like, tribute summon archetype must be bad. Famous Tenpai evaluators. Wow, tribute summons that hasn't been relevant in 2026. I don't know. All right, let's read these. Famous last words, I know. All right, Clown Clan Whiteface. Clown Crew Bianca Viso. All right. Oh, this is like Italian. There's no way this is I think it's a bad archetype. True. Okay. If it says the battle phase. All right. Tribute summon this card by tributing 1 Ritual Fusion, Synchro Exceed Pendulum or Link monster. Level 7 Illusion. That's probably something. If this card is tribute summon, you can activate one of these effects, but you can only use each of these the effect of this card's name once per turn. Draw cards equal to the number of monsters tribute for its tribute summon. Oh, this is just okay. This doesn't even make you put back anything. But I imagine negate the effects of face-up cards your opponent controls equal to the number of monsters tribute. Yeah, this isn't too terrible. It needs support, obviously. Once per turn during the opponent's main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves tribute summon 1 monster. Alright. Clown Clan Fair. Level 1 Light Beast Warrior Ritual. Is this our... How many Beast Warrior rituals do we even have? Searchable with Tenki, which is something. Don't know what you can do with the stats. They're not Spirit Sculptor stats, that's for sure. You can reveal this card in your hand, add 1 Clown card from your deck to your hand, then discard 1 card. Okay, classic. If this card is distributed, activate one of these effects. Shuffle all ritual monsters on the field in the graveyards into the deck. Change 1 effect monster on the field to face down defense position. Oh, this is any tribute too. Doesn't have to be. Firefist has one? Oh, yeah. I forgot Firefist has that. Clown Clan Diablo. Level 5 Beast Warrior Fusion Monster. 2 materials with the same attribute but different types. Is that different from Moon Dragon? I imagine it's different types. The same type but different attribute. Oh man, I don't play that. I don't play Super Poly. That card sucks. I'm pretty sure it's same attribute, different types. Yeah, same attribute. Okay, so this is just Moon Dragon. Mitsu counter chills. Alright. Obligatory Super Poly target or whatever. If your tribute summon monster attacks a defense position monster, inflict double piercing damage. Okay. This card is tribute activate one to turn all fusion monsters on the field and in the graveyards into the deck strike. Set 1 Clown Trap from your deck. Is it the same as Moon Dragon? Alright. It does something. I mean, Moon Dragon has its niche too. Clown Clan Meteor. Level 6, generic. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when your opponent's tribute summon. If this card's tributed, return all synchro monsters on the field and graveyard. This effect with the versus its respect against your opponent's respective type. This is pretty solid. This is like non-targeting removal. Like ideally you use it on your opponent's turn or something like that. Can't tribute summon over it. Somehow it fuses fusion decks. Yeah. Target 1 Clown card in your graveyard except add it to your hand. Are people gonna run? I imagine you probably run the ritual. I imagine one of the Clown Clan cards does everything. Clown Clan Devils, rank 3, 2 level 3. Your tribute summon monster gain 1,000 attack. If this card is tributed, activate one of these effects. Return all Xyz monsters. Feeling great with the deck. Except one Clown Clan spell from your deck. Looks like a new Elder deck? Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what the Synchro returns to deck. True. Clown Clan Rehearsal. Tribute one monster from your hand or field. Add one Clown Clan Whiteface and one Clown Clan spell trap from your deck to your hand, except Rehearsal. Okay, so we have the card that does everything. Let me double check the ritual. Any card, okay. Wait, this discards for effect. What the fuck? Discard for effect. Orm. That's a pile. How do you summon all these easy cards? I imagine they have a way to cheat them out. This is like, there's no way you design all this shit. I don't even think this is meant to like be played in the same deck. I mean, you could probably, but. Banish this card from your graveyard. Ritual summon one Clown Clan ritual monster from your hand by tributing monsters from your hand. Goes total level equal or exceed that monsters. Alright. Matinee. During your main phase, you can special summon one Clown Clan monster from your deck or extra deck, ignoring its summoning condition. Alright, there we go. Easy. Also, you can activate the effect of the monster special summon from the deck and extra until the end of the turn. Okay, that's cringe. During that phase, you can draw one card for each type of monster, ritual fusion, and synchro attribute this turn. Then you can set one spell and trap from your hand. This is effectively a lock for the archetype. Effects of special. Oh no, it's special summon from the deck. Okay, extra deck is still painful though. That's pretty painful. Special summon two Clown Clan monsters for your deck and or extra deck. Bro, what the fuck? Or is the lock? Also, you cannot activate the effects of monster special summon from the deck and extra until the end of the turn after this card resolves. Until the end of the next turn is fucking. This is also until the end of the next turn. Okay, this is effectively. Okay, you are meant to play this in the. During your main phase, if this card is in your graveyard, except the turn. Oh my god, I haven't seen this shit in a while. Turn delay graveyard effect. Oh my god, it's crazy. This is crazy. You can banish it and tribute one monster from your hand or field, and target one card on the field. Return to the hand. Alright, trap. I imagine trap does something. I wonder what the trap does. Activate one of these effects. We can only choose each of these effects. This card to name once per turn. You can activate the effects of monster special from the deck and extra deck until the end of the turn. Special summon two Clown Clan monster from your deck and extra, ignoring. Okay, bruh. Alright, we get it. Add one Clown Clan monster from your deck to your hand. During the main phase, banish this card from graveyard. Tribute summon one Clown Clan monster. My body's clown, yeah. That's the Razor special. Clown Clan, new face. Okay, they're just teasing another card. Alright, next set, they're going to introduce another card. Okay, bruh. During the standby phase, you can shuffle 3 Clown Clan cards from your graveyard and or banishment and draw 1 card. You tribute summon a monster, target other spells and traps on the field up to the number of monsters tribute for to destroy them. This card is sent to the graveyard, except from the field. You can place it face up on your field. This is gonna be some pile bullshit, or I don't know. Tribute summon eggs are not OPT. Oh. Oh, I guess they are not. Da, 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 yeah. Oh, I see this effect. Holy shit, that's kind of funny. That's pretty funny. This is going in some pile. These are cool. I mean, I'm not like this triggers off the ritual too. Not bad. Mitsu Clown incoming. That's true, Mitsu Clown. Yeah, actually you can play these in Mitsu. Yeah, you're right. Alright. These are interesting. They're not terrible. They're hard for me to evaluate though, because a lot. But it makes sense that they made the ritual pretty much like do everything as well. I don't even know if you want a ritual summon this, but yeah. It's in both players' graveyard, right? Yeah, both players' graveyards. Okay, so probably if you do some Mitsu bullshit, you probably don't want to tribute this. If you can put 3 level 3 on the field, you can make a Bonga, add Doug chargers, and summon the rank 3 and tribute it for breakout to set a spell. Oh, okay. Which one's not quick play? That's kind of funny. Never broken cycle will make this deck tier 0. We'll see what the we're gonna get another card, so we'll see. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll probably get another main deck. Who knows? Another dog water meme. Okay, two and Kower. Okay, I know who you are. Batman, Joker. Oh, what? No one gives a shit. Okay, this is like low hanging fruit. Yeah, white face joke. I don't really understand win condition. Yeah, nobody really. How did these guys win? I think it's kind of clear. You just buff this guy up and then just like try to OTK them. New cards like earlier, I guess. Oh, what's the win condition? Yum. I literally read someone say that about Yummy. I don't get Yummy's win condition. Oh, this deck just summons a lot of guys. I'm like, okay, bro. all right. The win condition allegations are always like cap. All right. They look very cool. Yeah, I don't know what to do with them, but yeah. What is the first monster attacking defense? 25. Saggy the Clown support? Maybe. Oh, okay, so yeah, so I have a few videos to react to on the docket. Okay, let's just we have the Ryan DC video, we have the Unk Mitsurugi Striker video. Yummy seems fair and balanced. They're oh my god. No, they're not fair or balanced. Neither is Draco Tail for that matter. Main character stats, they're not 2000 defense, but 2500 is pretty lit. All right.
Still here at Michigan Lansing Regional, or Lansing Michigan Regional, with Raymond Dye, who managed to get 5th place with Mitsurugi Sky Striker. So
can you just draw a lot of cards and dig for a flood? Okay, there, yeah. Yeah, you probably draw like 4 cards, I'm pretty sure.
I mean,
yeah, I'm pretty sure you can like draw like 4 cards. Like if you can get the Tribute 2, I feel like you generate a lot of advantage. Yeah, so we'll see. Habibi face, yeah, Habibi face.
Deck profile, so we can get into it.
Yeah, so this list was basically inspired as a TCG version of my Master Duel deck, which I played a lot of like this last format, so I decided to try it out. It's a lot worse in TCG, but it's like really cool in Master Duel. So it started out with 3 Ray, 1 Rose, and 1 Saji. This is the only
Pen and Linka support. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we're definitely getting new members, so we'll see. Actually, a pen like anti-pen shuffle, it sounds really wild. I don't know if it'll shuffle pen scales. Like it'll say like Pendulum monster cards, shuffle Pendulum monster cards in the graveyards in field. That sounds really strong in general. I don't think we have a card that like Pendulums are just so like resilient to removal, and just having like that, something like that is kind of crazy to me. Draw 6 cards, but not 7. Okay, bro. You say, what the fuck is this deck? GG.
2/4 that you play. You don't need anything else. And then hand traps, I'll play 3 Ash, 3 Droll, and 2 Bell. You don't really need more hand traps because a lot of your striker cards like can help break a board. So just if you can like weaken it just a little bit, or use like your Ash and Bell as like breakers, then it's fine. And then for the Mitsu cards, it's 3 Habakiri, had to borrow some, 1 Murakumo, 1 Ritual,
Futsu? Yeah.
3 prayer. No Futsu, just Murakumo.
Oh, he meant okay. He meant like Mitsurugi ritual spell, and it got confused as like one individual Mitsurugi ritual.
This ritual spell, yeah, sorry. 3 prayers, 1 mirror, and 3 pre-prep. So the idea behind the Mitsu cards is that Habakiri, prayers, or pre-prep are all full Sky Striker combo. It's a little worse in TCG because there's no Camellia, but if you just hard open like the Mitsu stuff with like engage, it's like crazy draws. So yeah, and they're also like really good into like breaking boards, obviously, because like Murakumo just destroy fields. But yeah, the idea behind the engine is that you feel your grave of spells, activate engage a lot. I had a couple turns.
You
where,
lose your soul in the white card. True.
I would have at one point like 10 cards in hand because of the amount of engage draws you get. Yeah, so striker spells, 3 engage, 3 widow, 1 drones, 3 linkage, and 1 lemnis. No multi-roll because you're already over 40. You don't want to add like unplayable cards. This is like just the cores, like pretty much all you need. I didn't miss anything else. No shark cannon's not needed. Multi-roll's not needed. Anything else not needed. Yeah. And then I guess this is like standard striker tech is visions and MST, really strong. It's pretty good. Yeah, I had no complaints about it. And then generics are Rhoda, Thrust, 2 Thrust, Talents, Callby, and Blackout. Set off the Thrust. Yeah, I think this is just the best generic like trap card that you can play right now. So that's the main. That's 46 cards right now, and the math is actually fine. So like I looked at it where it was so you're playing 21 true starters with the Mitsu cards, so like 12 strikers and 9 Mitsu. So that means
I don't get a royal snatching on quitting MD. No.
8% chance to like play, but if you go to 46, it's like 96. So it's like the same thing. Let's do the extra deck. Token. So we have the classic 3 Kagari, and then new edition is 3-0. So in Master Duel, this can bridge into Feral Imps, but you can't do that here. So I play a different bridge instead, which would be Exiton. I actually didn't make this at all, but like the idea is like you can, when you're breaking a board, you can 0 into Rain Rose and then overlay into Exiton to continue cracking the field.
This jit cracks fields.
Mostly Draco Tail and BSK9, but still like a good option to have. And then 2 Azalea. The second one is like the Camellia, but you can. I just replaced the Camellia with the second Azalea. But that's the idea behind 2. Hayate, Shizuku, and Zeke. Standard stuff. I didn't really need more. Well, there was one game I needed 2 shiz, but like those, I'm on the game anyway, so I guess maybe I didn't. And then some flex spots are Almirage, Dark Charmer, and SP Low Knight. This one's pretty obvious. This one's like for Mitsurugi mirrors and stuff, or yeah, mostly just Mitsu mirrors. And then Almirage is for when you like hard draw like Saji, or like have a hand trap that you need to normal summon, and you like the only other card is like Linkage. It's like a fringe scenario, but this with Saji is like pretty relevant. When you hard draw Saji and they stop it, you need to clear your zone for striker spells.
How are you bridging from the Mitsu cards into the striker cards?
So Murakumo and Habakiri are both darks, and Azalea takes 2 light or darks to make. So you go, you'll have Habakiri and Murakumo. You'll link into Azalea, and then you'll play like any like engage or something, and then you'll go Kagari, add it back, and then play the engage, and then you go into 0, something like that.
So not quite a true bridge until we get the.
Yeah, Camellia makes it a true bridge because you get the dump linkage and stuff, or not linkage, engage, add it back, and then draw a card. But here, if you don't have engage, you can just go. You can just make a shiz after you make Azalea into shiz, and then end phase you search the linkage, and then you activate it, and then you get your 0 that way.
Yeah. I think I whenever I see Ryan play striker, his opponents always fall for that. I don't know why. They never consider that you can just Shizuku add 0. What's up, Genmu?
So that's the other way you can bridge it. And then side deck, this deck has a really bad Malice matchup, as all striker decks do. So we're playing 3 Lancia to respect that, and 3 Fua. I don't like main decking this in striker builds because you really want like every card to be live when you play this deck. So it's fantastic going second. I saw it a decent amount of times. It was good. Had no complaints. Song Graveyard. This is for Draco Tail and
Unk.
Mitsu mirrors. And like some other basically this also covers like almost everything.
This is an Unk card. You know what I love about this card? People are like, this card's only good in tier form. This card sucked ass in tier. Okay, I don't know how I had to tell people. So what this card does is you discard a card, and then neither player can activate cards in the graveyard. So which sounds good. I mean, it's nice to check like the millers and the shufflers or whatever, but you also can't play. This is like Retaliating Sea, where you can hose the other matchup, but you still need a game plan to get rid of it if you also get hurt by the advantage. It's not trivial. Like this being double-sided is not trivial. I imagine Striker doesn't care that much about it. Also, like what I like about this one specifically is you can actually hold on to it versus like Draco Tail, and they like 5 mana you. You can like chain Silent Graveyard, and then like you won't get cooked. Never seen this in Sticky Fish. Oh, like people would be like, "Oh, the tier is easy to beat. Just play this card," and it was just cap because like you can play this card as a counter, but like your deck also has to be able to play without the graveyard. So I don't know. It's like you're limiting the scope of this card being playable. I'm like, I didn't miss anything. No, I mean we saw clown cards. You know, they did a little. Oh fuck. They did a little. You know, Edgeworth reference. These are hard to wrap my head around. What's called Twisted Wonderland, clown. Here's used to be just always draw shifter. My bad. But yeah, this card was like gassed up, but it's not bad. I do like the idea of chaining it to like 5 mana. Like and then they don't get that much value. I mean, you have to pitch 2 cards basically, but pretty cool.
Matchup like Mermail, Fire King, Orcus.
Raging Clown, yeah,
it's
Raging
a
Clown.
Good blanket for like Rogue, but it's a pretty solid card. I've been playing it like the past few YCSs I've gone to, and it's always just been phenomenal for me.
Well, effect is good.
Cross out because you want to protect 0 from getting Ashton Belled, and also draw this god card. Duster, Jamming Waves. I wanted something searchable off engage when you're going second to break a board. Jamming Waves is like probably the best one right now. DVG and Mischief of the Gnomes and Purification for thrust targets going first. I never really cited this one. This one goes in almost every game I go first, but these are like fringe matchups. So yeah, that's the deck.
All right, thanks for profile. Any shouts before we head on out?
Shout out to my sponsors, Team RW, RWHobbies.com. Check them out. Shout outs to my Twitch channel. Actually, I stream Master Duel on Twitch a lot. Twitch.tv/Abrasion. Give me a follow.
It will be in the description.
Yeah, and then also sub to Santoli as well. Bye bye.
All right, thanks again for profile.
Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. Okay. Oh shit! That's my Unk Orm. Let's go the goat. My goat. Unk in 4K. Unk still got it. Goat. Unk Orm. Oh shit! That's you. Hey, it's KBJ. Orm. Capital Orm. Blind second still, or is he still choosing to go first? Go first. Orm. All right. Oh my god. All right. That was funny. Let's see. -1 annual shareholding earnings report. So -1's like a really, really good competitive Duel Links player. He will actually play Duelist Cups in Master Duel and do pretty well on those. So he's got pretty good Yu-Gi-Ohs. I don't know what to expect. Someone just said, someone just added me and was like, can you react to the Duel Links GOAT? And I'm like, whatever. All right, sure. Dear shareholder, we, and by we I mean just me, at -1 Incorporated, still just me, are proud to announce a very successful 2025. Plenty of farming was done, many cool animals were seen, watched a bunch of anime, definitely did not waste all the investor money. Additionally, some Yu-Gi-Oh was played this year, and that will be mentioned when relevant. Okay. Cool animals. We're happy to report that many cool animals were witnessed this year and have been cataloged below. Fortunately, there are also not so cool animals, but I didn't include them, so pretend they don't exist. Baby chicks. They're kind of cute. Ah. Yeah, look at them. This one's like... I don't know what they're staring at. These guys are staring at. I'm like... I don't know. Very cute. Frogs. Right before I left for Paris in August, I found a frog in my toilet. How? It was a little shocking, but I just took him outside and I think he died near the chickens. The company denies all legal responsibility for any dead frogs found on the premises. You think this would be the end of it, but before the September KC Cup, a second frog showed up in my toilet. Seriously, how? We have since informed all employees, still only me, to not bring their frogs to the office and kindly ask all guests to leave frogs on the front porch before entry. Did anyone tell you about the new cards Konami? What do you mean? What? I saw the clown cards on YG.org and those appeared to be officially announced. Kindly ask all guests to leave frogs on the front porch before entering. Frog-related fatalities are at an all-time low of 0, and we'd like to keep it that way. Oh my god, the corporate bullshit. Butterfly. Okay, butterflies are not cool, alright? They're poisonous. They're creepy. I don't know. You watch SpongeBob, you know what I mean. Butterfly. Not many butterflies were found on company property this year, but it's cool when it happens. Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu. February and April were largely uneventful for me because I split my time between Master Duel and Duel Links, and the result was I didn't succeed in either. February, 52nd global. April, 44th global. WCQ, 3rd global. Name used while playing, Fushi. Fushi is the name of the protagonist from a manga called To Your Eternity, or Fumetsu no Anatae, that ended 2 days before WCQ started. I will talk about this here. This is literally like when Ryan won the Duelist Cup, he started he named himself while he's playing Duelist Cup. He named himself like Despair after fucking Danganronpa. To Your Eternity, Goat mentioned, no way. World Champion 2025, 2-2. I wrote more about... Okay, this one was really long. September KC Cup, 2nd global. Name used while playing. Plus or minus. Positive, negative. It's pretty common that people use spoofs of -1 while playing KC Cup. Most popular being +1 and -2. I couldn't think of a name to use, so I decided to use positive, negative to signify neutrality. Alright. +1 and -2 is kind of funny. Despiage. I don't know if we have that. 2nd global. Name used while playing. It's a translation for the poem Ode by Arthur O'Shaughnessy. It is most commonly known for its reference in the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Okay. Poem celebration of those willing to think differently without regard of ridicule. I appreciate the message and serendipitously chose to use it as my name for the event. In the next section, I will be going over various media and I ridicule some of them. So please be aware that the irony here is not lost on me. Movies and otaku stuff. Here at -1 Inc., guess who? Yeah, still only me. Tend to read books and watch movies as to distract from how little work we actually accomplish. Alright, okay, this is getting a bit much, alright. This portion will include regular movies as well as anime manga that I have seen in the past year. Not all of these works finished in 2025, but 2025 was the year I finished them. So that is why they are included. Some of the manga that I follow regularly finished this past year to various degrees of satisfaction. Spoilers. All spoilers will be noted. The contestant. Oh yeah, this guy. The guy who's like forced to stay in a room for like a show for like more than a year or something. I think it was like Eggplant. He has like an eggplant. I think he wrote like a memoir after it. Documentary about a man who participates in a game show where he has to live entirely off of free raffle prices. Everything from food to clothes, every possession must be won from a free raffle available via the magazines the showrunners provide him. Challenge ends when his total winnings reaches equivalent value of 1 million. It's a true story about how a man lived in a box for over a year, and it's absurdly compelling. Would recommend. Yeah, there's like a bunch of video essays about this too. So like this isn't like this movie isn't like anything new. To Your Eternity. All right. After watching the first season with some friends, I decided to read the original. I enjoyed the story a lot. The final chapter of the manga was released this week. Oh wow, it really completed? Wow. Leading up to the Dueling Speed World Championship qualifiers. I was hoping it would be a good send-off to coincide with the reporting week. Notably, the protagonist of the story is called Fushi, so I used that name in WCQ. Spoilers, I honestly did not like the ending. Okay, I guess we can skip the spoilers. Please understand I still greatly enjoyed the story, so don't let this discourage you from experiencing yourself. If you're considering watching the show, the first episode of season 1 gives you all the information you need to decide if you'll enjoy the series. Vinland Saga. After 20-year tenure, the story comes to a close. It must be noted that historical accuracy may seem to contradict the core thesis of the narrative, and I believe the author did a great job of preserving both. Art that changes how you look at the world is effective art, and I believe Vinland Saga has offered food for thought in a landscape marred by formula. Yeah, so the final corner, I liked it so much I saved it. Oh, I guess it's like plants growing or something. 10 out of 10. A certain magical index. I decided to watch the show because the player Shota always references it with his names while playing KC Cup. Season 1, pretty cool. Season 2, things get a little more complicated. Season 3, question mark, question mark. Okay, I'm gonna pass. Weapons. I did enjoy this movie. What's kind of funny is I watched it with a friend. We had no idea what we're getting into going in. I heard people kind of hype it up. It was pretty entertaining. Wasn't like there was some really genuinely like scary moments, but for the most part, it was kind of more like it was like part thriller, part like bits comedy, black comedy, you know. It was interesting how it balanced. I think my favorite part of Weapons was like how it balanced what's it called? Multiple perspectives. I eat that shit up. I seen the new Avatar is good. It's good. Nice. What actors in this movie? Weapons. Josh Brolin. Kate McKinnon. I forgot. I don't know. I forgot. Josh Brolin for sure. Yeah, Mystery. Yeah, it became Mystery too. Josh Brolin's the one I remember. I still can't get over Josh Brolin. I genuinely believe like the cops in that show like were like written. I don't know, like Josh Brolin does some really basic investigation. Like, bro, anyone could have fucking figured this out. All right, who the like he just takes a bunch of ring cameras and triangulates the direction all the kids are running, and I'm like, bro, this is so fucking easy. Holy shit. No, of course, the contractor with the scale and the map of the city. Josh Brolin? Yeah, Josh Brolin's pretty good in this. Joshua Schmidt is the one I remember. True. You liked Sicario? Yeah, he's good. He's good. I'm glad no one mentioned Thanos. No one mentioned Thanos. But yeah, he voices Thanos. Or like the mocap is also kind of modeled after them. But yeah, I think Josh Brolin was the one I remember the most. Who's the one guy? I'm bringing up Marvel. Wong. Avengers is lame. I enjoyed it. Remember that poor cop? Yeah, that guy got fucked. But he was also you're supposed to feel bad for him, but then also he like lies about getting hit by a needle and then has sex willingly with with his ex or whatever. So I was like, bruh, this guy's kind of I don't think anyone's perfect in the movie or anything. I'm like, but like once I realized like bro, what the fuck? Yeah. You don't know it because like this movie balances multiple perspectives. So like you're in the middle, like the cold open is basically a bunch of children at night, at the middle of the night or whatever, just run outside and go in a certain direction, and they're never heard from again. And then like the whole town's trying to figure out what the fuck happened. And then like you have one character's perspective, and then cliffhanger, and then switches to another character's perspective, but it also informs the previous character's perspective. And then there's overlapping, sometimes like jump ahead. So eventually you piece together, you get told what's happening pretty early, but it's interesting to see how everyone figures it out. Spoilers. What spoilers? I didn't spoil anything. I mean, like you're gonna see pretty quick. It has the pacing's pretty good. The one funny thing is like everyone on Twitter, everyone's glazing this movie. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty interesting. What's called? But after it got, I don't know, at some point, I think people started watching it, and then I guess people, I don't know what happened, but then people started hating it on Twitter. So that's why I don't really trust Twitter reviews. All right, like they were just like, if you put weapons in your top letterbox, you're a chud or something like that. I'm like, okay, bro. I think this movie was pretty good. I think the performances were decent. Very suspenseful movie. Yeah, I don't know. I think once you get to the ending is hit or miss. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I will. It is kind of a spoiler to tell you, like, you will love or hate this movie based on the ending. Anything that are oversaturated, better watch and see for oneself. Yeah. Honestly, I enjoyed this movie more than I thought it would. Not what I would consider. Yeah, it's not really horror. It's not really horror, but it definitely has suspense. I don't want to spoil anything about it, so I won't write much more. Would recommend. Thanos will die at the end. Holy shit. Oh, he doesn't spoil Weapon in his blog, but spoils the anime he watches instead. Yeah. I think this movie is worth watching. I watched with a friend. I was like, I'm gonna shit my pants. Turns out it wasn't that scary. I mean, there are scary moments. There's like genuinely like at least 2 really well done scary moments. Like my audience was like, they were actually like actively gasping. Like they were like, holy shit. I was like, what the fuck? Then it just cuts cliffhanger, and then it goes to next perspective. I'm like, fuck. Jean Baudrillard, Simulacra and Simulation. This is the book that The Matrix is based on. Additionally, it's a neat read about reality, how we replace reality with symbols to produce hyper-reality, how people treat the veracity of information. Uh-oh. That sounds pretty relevant. Fortunately, there's a book, so most Yu-Gi-Oh players will not know. Okay, bruh. But it probably has an audiobook somewhere. All right. Other various things I don't have much about. This Pinocchio one was kind of... I watched this Pinocchio. It was fine. Hold on. You know James Wan? Doesn't he do like? Didn't he do like some horror movies? He also did. I think he did one of the Star Trek movies. I don't remember. Actually, hold on 1 second. I just asked the roommate. They thought this Pinocchio was ugly. That's their input. This one was fine, you know. Like it's more like I don't even think the story of Pinocchio is that interesting. You pretty much just watch this because if you want to glaze Guillermo del Toro. Created the OG Saw and created the Conjuring universe. Oh, okay. The Pinocchio slander. I don't know if this movie. I don't really have strong feelings about this movie. I just watched it. It's like, oh, okay. You know, Guillermo del Toro, I'll give it a shot. And then, you know, I was like, okay, yeah, this is, you know, he put a lot of, you know, artistic vision in this movie. Pretty nice. Stop motion was well done and theme compelling. Admittedly, I also think this YouTube video about Pinocchio is insightful and it gave me more context before I watched the movie, but I enjoyed the film all the same. Diddy's underrated director. Nice. Fantastic Four First Steps. I enjoyed this one. There's a lot of poo-poo superhero movies that came before it, so maybe that colored my impression of this movie. I think like legit Ant-Man Quantumania, like I fell asleep watching that movie. I was gone. I wasn't even paying attention. I don't even know what happened in that. What's called? This was fine. I like The Thing. The Thing was my favorite part of the movie. He was pretty good. This guy, Reed Richards. I'm not a big Reed Richards fan in general, like comic book wise. He's kind of lame. I find him lame. But yeah, I like The Thing. The Thing was cool. LMAO. This was my first time watching a Marvel movie in like 3 years. I can say I'm not missing out. I watched it with some friends. It was so bad that we all wanted Galactus to eat the baby. None of this made any sense. It felt thematically uninspired. Okay. I did not have super strong feelings like that, but it was. I did not get that impression. Definitely the baby probably doesn't make sense how important it is unless you read the comics, which probably does not matter. Even in the comics, Reed Richards' son is like, oh, this guy can like has cosmic powers. I don't know. I think they glaze the fuck out of him too in the comics too. So like, I can see it. They wanted Galactus to eat the baby. Hold on, I need a. Have you enjoyed the movie Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Baldness? Okay. I thought the movie was fine. He didn't really travel through the multiverse as much as I thought he would. All right, what's this? Medalist. I know this sounds ridiculous, but it was one of the few good sharing at the beginning. Few good show airing at the beginning of this year. It's about ice skating. I'm dead serious. All my homies were all chanting jump, 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 hop, 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 step, 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 along with the ending song. If you don't want to watch the show, just listen to the ending song. I swear to God, it's not a weirdo show, and I don't even. Why is he saying this? What is weird about this? I don't know what bro is. I don't know what demons this guy is fighting. Weirdo show? I don't even know. Look up the Golem Daughter. Felt like it was about you and me. All right. Hold on. Let me go on YouTube. People hate Loli. Oh my God, tourists. That's definitely a tourist hate. All right. If this is like you look at this poster and it's like, ew, Loli. That's a genuine tourist take. Unironically, like There's no, I don't see any issue. Oh my god. Okay, here, let me look at medalist ending. All right, I'll check it out. It's because tour is lol. Okay, so we're like same brain cell. All right.
邪魔な心の私のキルトレースは世界で一番だ憧れ焦がれてあの子と頂上線魅力的なセンスでしょ奇跡的なチャンスでしょ憧れの
It's aight.
熱血の先生と波がするセンセーション
Tatsugiri? Yeah, Tatsugiri.
だから決める胸のチクチクが
It's fine. I mean, I think this is cute, but watch along the Yummy Combo Guide. I'm probably not gonna watch that. I don't think I'm watching that. I mean, it's a good song. But like, this is like when you share your coworker a video and they just stare at you and you're just like, they don't realize how much you like it and they're just like, you know, they don't have any, they don't say anything after. You kind of felt like you held them hostage. Did you already see the branded? What branded? What branded? Orm. I mean, this is a good song. I'm just saying, like, just listen to the ending song. Like, it's like I don't know. He made it sound like if you one thing you must do. Like that look when I share your lie in April with my piano friends. Doesn't that have like a really good like song? That song is actually really good though. The thing I sent you? Oh, we haven't watched that yet. Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll watch it after this. Okay, Sakamoto Days. I don't like this show. Part of it is because there was a guy I knew who was like, wow, a new Sakamoto chapter. And was like, that shit was gas. And I'm like, oh, okay, so it looks like, you know, it hasn't been adapted yet and animated. And like, I mean, I guess it's further along in the story. So like, you know, there's more things going on. But when I watched this, I was watching with Ray. I'm going to be honest, I don't like the premise. I mean, I don't mind that it's this like like schlubby guy settles down, you know, has a kid, but you know, and then you know the shadows of his past come back to haunt him or whatever. That I don't mind too much, but the actual world building around the assassination guys is so not very interesting. Like even the power system, like I don't mind that this guy just like mogs everyone, but like you just have people with like who can like shapeshift and shit, or like this guy's a psychic or something. I don't know, man. I just don't buy the it's like, oh yeah, the assassination guild or whatever is sending, I don't know, it's me and Reggie in a world where Yu-Gi-Oh players are persecuted. Is it talking about the Deer Girl? No. The Deer Girl one is actually pretty, I actually enjoyed that one. That shit was dumb as fuck though. I didn't like the ending actually of the season though, but it was pretty fun to watch. Mustache Uncle P. I mean, yeah, that's not a problem. To me, that's not a problem. But it's just like they just threw in a bunch of OCs that I just don't give a shit about that he has to fight, and it's like I don't care about any of the people he's fighting. You know, like so I don't know. I'm not interested. OPMification. I don't care about how it's related it is to OPM though. That's like not the problem. It's just like there's just no. Like I just don't care for the assassin shit. Looks interesting. Yeah. I mean, it's fine. I'm just like, you know. Need to make pants grab characters sell merch. Okay. Alright, what is this? Somali and the Poor Spirit trailer. Okay, alright, hold on. Started watching the show with my friends, but after the first episode, I thought the story was cool and tried reading it. After reading 100 chapters, I started losing interest. I felt more focused on action than narrative structure and themes. So I think that's probably my gripe, but I don't know. It was more like I don't think I would have, even if it was. I'll admit that the action comedy is quite good. Motion is well illustrated. It doesn't devolve into loud, horny as comedy. But I didn't enjoy the series beyond these two qualities, so I stopped. Okay. Orb. I heard Orb was good. Orb on the movement sword. It's about heliocentrism and church burning people for saying the earth goes around the sun. That's it. That's the show. Maybe the best show all year. Nice. The Breakfast Club. Okay, this is an Unk movie. Unk movie alert. It's referenced a lot, too. I think Breakfast Club is the one where you have people, like, dancing on the table. On the... I forgot the premise. Like, they're in detention together or something, and then they just, like, bond. All right. Okay movie from which I've heard a reference. I was expecting more. I mean, what do you expect? It's just... Oh my god. I think the one payoff to watching a movie that was referenced a lot was Pulp Fiction. That was actually really good. Like, Pulp Fiction was really good. Like, good movie on its own. And now I all the references were worth it. You know, it was worth watching. Recent great is Leon the Professional. Great movie. Nice. Who plays the professional? All right. Lucid Blocks. It's like Minecraft if it took 12 tabs of acid. Here, catch. A grenade. Deadly weapons. A grenade. Okay. Travel. -1 ink. Still the same guy. Made two trips this year. 1 to California, 1 to Paris. Nice. Airports. Red Rabbit, Sacramento International Airport. Gene something? Okay. Really big sloth fossil. Atlanta International Airport. Oh, you know what? The airport that scares me is, I think it's Denver. They've got a giant blue horse. It's like a demon horse. It has like a story too, where like I think the sculptor, the sculptor, it fell on the sculptor or something. It's a huge ass horse. Gene Rena. Okay. Thank you. Nightmare Realm, Charles de Gaulle Airport. This is mostly just an opportunity to complain about spending 3 hours logging to Charles de Gaulle Airport. It's the Illuminati horse, bro. Yeah, the Illuminati horse. Yeah. After walking off the airplane, it was an hour and a half before I was able to leave customs, and another half hour before I found a Konami affiliated employee. Don't worry though, because the both of us then got lost for another half hour. And once we found the right people, I was able to walk out of there after another half hour of just standing around waiting for more people to show up. The data suggests I should suffer no long-term psychosis from this event, but it's equally possible the airport only failed to break me because I was crazy to begin with. Oh, fuck. Bro goes to Little Caesars and orders regular bread. That's crazy. Paris. La Tour Eiffel. Looks nice. I actually learned some French for my trip to Paris, but I only ever use s'il vous plaît, please, and merci, thank you. I even bothered to learn a phrase to tell someone to shut up, but everyone was pretty nice, so I never had to use it. If there is a possibility I qualify for WCS in 2026, and if so, I will travel to Tokyo. In this case, I'll try learning some Japanese. They say sumimasen is a broken phrase. I heard that from Judeo. Closing statements. This year has had some ups and downs, also cool animals, and as long as America doesn't start Armageddon, I anticipate 2026 will be similar in many regards. If that does happen, everyone here at -1 Ink, yep, still just one guy, tends to put their best effort into buying as much gold as possible and living in the wilderness to avoid the impending nuclear winter. Happy New Year. Alright. Bye, -1. Does he have any comments? No. I don't think there's comments off. Okay. Alright, that was cute. I did like the media. I did like him reviewing random bits of media. All right, hold on. Okay. All right, branded. Oh. No.
我鸟你不鸟就是不鸟你。我错了，被狩猎了。你没事吧？你看我鸟你不？经过检测报告，它是怀孕了。什么？是谁的？这个鸡。
What did I just watch? Did like Ecclesia like bonk White Albaz, and now Luber's like, oh my god, and then takes him to Dr. Maximus? We'll just have. Is this like the doctors? Dr. Maximus. Okay, we still got more.
是我的，牙嘞牙嘞，这是我的农种吗？猫蝶，把它交给我，哼，他可是我的人，借过一下，让我
What was that? Also, suspiciously arranged ones.
借过一下，
Did you just see that? These are very.
借过一下，让我的农种
Those are suspiciously arranged. Okay. Did he get a shot? Find some good branded lord. You someone needs to explain this to me.
变得更强
All right, I'll watch the whole thing and then I'll ask for an explanation.
些吧，这招我也会，你干
Why is it shaped like this? Also, Aluber. What did
什
you?
么？这个是
Okay, this is not a coincidence. Okay, it looks like they're fighting over Albaz.
那就来比比看吧。我的农种带上吧，还是做不到吗？
喂，孩子，最近要开封神
Why is Gimmick Puppet Nightmare here? I guess it's because of Brandon.
榜了，我奉命下来要找仙的神，你有什么特长吗？
我会吃虫，我一天可以吃91个虫。
竟然能吃这么多虫，那就封你为鸟神吧。
给我住手！
That fucking laugh.
这是神的力量！牙嘞牙嘞，我才不认输呢！玩笑天爷，给我住手！他只能还我的农种，我才不承认！妈妈，妈妈，你看我娘一不？我
Ah, so cute. Oh my god. Mercurier.
饿死了。
What the fuck? He's just like, my son, Mercurier. And it just fades out. Okay. Okay, what just happened? Oh wait, is this like the whole playlist? It's just like branded memes? I get a translation. Why Ecclesia Box, Albaz, and Bedge. Okay, Luber was also there. I didn't realize there's more. Holy shit. Okay, they're short. Okay, we'll get through though. Yeah, that's a branded list. Okay. They were just fighting. This feels like a TikTok edit. This feels like a.
だけの時間だぜ。どいつもこいつも有罪だ。どいつもこいつも自分の利益とうぬぼれしか見ようとしない。
Okay, we just watched Albaz Ara farm for like 30 seconds. Okay, Ash Blossom. Okay, Ash Blossom joke. Okay, I can understand it. I like how the audio just cuts off. There's like no audio for like a second. English Ash 2? Oh shit. There's no audio. Okay, another. Okay, this is like. Okay, so he gets branded lost and he still gets negated by Ash Blossom. I've seen this. Yeah, this person really likes Gimmick Puppet Nightmare.
这个朋友让我画他的奶奶，今天是他的生日。好的，
好的。
他喜欢在草地上玩。首先，他的翅膀来了。
I'm fucking check. This is the fucking. Oh my god, the stupid toilet flush sound effect. Oh my gosh.
然后他自己来了。
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah.
然后他的宠物来了。
What the fuck? What is this, like Ash beating the shit out of Albaz?
他的宠物叫什么？我们来给他的宠物取个名字。
拜拜。
这个朋友让我画他的奶奶，今天是他的生
Did we
日。
just see this?
好的，
好的。
他喜欢在草地上玩，
I think we just saw this.
自己来呢。
Okay, it's just Albaz getting fucking like.
然后他的宠物来了，他的宠物
This part cracks me up.
我们来给他的宠物取个名字。
拜拜。
Why the hell is gonna put it? Yeah, I think. Bird is Wee Wee? Let's go! Okay, that Albaz at it killed me. Hold on. Hold on. You know what they also need to do? Who's the wrestler who has a very similar face? Kurt Angle, I think. I think it's the Kurt Angle meme. They need to do that. Okay, it's Kurt Angle. Okay. It's just the same. This is the same energy. Oh my god. Did you see this? Okay, if it's the clown shit, I did see it. Oh, man, this guy is on Twitter. So he's a bunch of this shit. Yeah. I've seen this guy on Twitter. Wait, hold on. I expected like at least an interaction from the phone. Hold on. Why did he quit? He didn't even try to maxi. Goes to the live twin part? No, thank you. Is that Jello?
Yes.
Okay. What does it say? Did he have like lost connection? He didn't surrender. There's no way he surrendered. Bro didn't even get a chance to play. This fucking head. Alright, I'm just gonna assume he lost connection. Wait, actually I could probably try to. So stupid, bruh. Here, I can probably translate it. The duel has ended due to... Oh yeah, it's lost connection. Okay, respectable opening. Yeah, he even has Mercurier. Alright. How does he get fucked this time? Okay, bro. Did he just flip Sanctum for Scythe? There's no way. And he got Impulse. Okay. Okay. Malice on the cross out. Okay. Alright, so he got fucked by Callback. Okay, seems like Malice is... Okay, that was pretty good. Oh hell yeah! Try Brigade Mercurial. This TikTok edit, bruh. He's got the Brazilian funk edit. I don't know. It's probably some JoJo theme, but. Stop. Stop glazing this motherfucker. Look at him spin. Is Billy for games? No, it's just I don't think so. There's a lot of stuff on it. It's just kind of like YouTube. Another funk edit. Why was it fucked up? What is this fucked up font? Does Brandon hit different? Dude, hit different. How did you even find this? Genmu sent it to me. I did not. She said like react to this. Okay, Nightmare. Okay. So stupid. No Mirror Jade. Wait, who are these? Who the fuck? Is it Impulse? This is Impulse, right? This is Nibiru's, Lancia, Bell, and Ash. Why does the Ash hair fit so well? Honestly, the Bell goes pretty well too. I don't know about this Dominus though. Yeah. The king out here to stop Brandon, yeah. Okay, there's no way you get mocked by Nibiru. I've never felt like Nibiru does anything with this deck. Okay, fair enough. Lancia does. These dancing Cartesia Albaz are growing on me. Okay. I've never seen so much cross out glaze. That was insane. Pick up the phone. Alright, it's called by on Ash. No, it's just TikTok Aura edit. This stupid outfit. Oh my god.
大米多，大米多，啊，我一会儿吧，哎，大米多，啊，哎，我是开心的，来自一波下米多。
Was that just something in reverse? Alright, this is the last one. Last Fonk edit. Okay. What the fuck? You just got hit by DD Dynamite. Okay. Alright. Someone wanted to watch me to watch Somali in the Forest Spirit trailer. Brand Vision Hollow Purple, Blue plus Red, true.
その時までは。
お父さん。
A world in which humans are persecuted and monsters reign.
少しは落ち着いて食せ。
Father and daughter journey to the end of the world. I mean, this seems like something I check out and drop after the first episode.
ゴーレムの寿命を知っているか。私はあと1年と112日。
Uh-oh.
生命活動を終了する。
Wait, this voice actor sounds familiar.
なんかお前すごくうまそうだ。
あの子は人間だわ。あなたと同じ。
なぜ人間がゴーレムと一緒に。
6 years ago, bruh. I mean, yeah, that seemed fine. Okay. Alright, Yu-Gi-Oh memes from the JP side is built different. Alright. I've seen so many, so like these aren't too crazy, you know. Alright. Especially this guy. He does a lot of like 3D model dancing and stuff. Bruh. Oh, hell nah. Man called by for that. Yeah, he does these animations after every ban list. Yeah, I feel like I've seen these just from scrolling through Twitter. Do they mean C? No, it's G. Tourist. Look up the Japanese word for cockroach. Okay, this one's new. This one's... Would you let a homie smack you 3 times? All right. Yeah, I've seen these before. No, not that. Not the Resi dance though. Okay. I don't know. I didn't feel too much watching this. I'm sorry, -1. Why is Disco Ball in the bikini? All right. Let's do the Ryan Yu one. Let's do the Ryan Yu. Ah, redirect me, bruh. Oh my god. Piece of shit. Embed. They don't want you leaving the Twitter website. Okay. Ryan Yu, Duelist Extraordinaire. How I won the Duelist Cup. Deck profile and discussion with Ryan. Alright.
This is Ryan.
I just imagine, okay, like, don't stay up 72 hours. Get some sleep. Make sure to eat. Don't tilt. Make the most out of the, you know, like, don't tilt because you're going to lose games that were winnable, guaranteed or something because of tilt. Even though, yeah, stuff like that. You know, I can't imagine it's that.
Something for the Raid and Trade YouTube channel. This past weekend was the December Duelist Cup in Master Duel. For those of you who don't know, I was fortunately able to win this event to qualify for Master Duel Worlds in Japan next summer. And I figured I would just record a quick video sharing some of my thoughts, the deck list I played, none of the replays because I think it would kind of be boring to just go over that. But I kind of want to go into more of my thought process, maybe give some advice for people interested in picking up Master Duel. And if anyone enjoys this type of content, then maybe we can do more of it on this channel in the future. So just for a quick overview of what the Duelist Cup is. It's a 3-day event.
Winning all 6 in a row, yeah.
Every few months, so there's 3 Duelist Cups during the year, and then
that was really
the
impressive.
event that most people wait for is the region qualifier, where instead of getting first in the world to qualify for Master Duel Worlds, you only have to get like top 1 or 2 in your region. So it's a 72-hour like ELO ladder that exists. A lot of people have this kind of misconception that you have to stay awake for as long as possible, like chug energy drinks and stuff like that, and that's just objectively.
Dude, energy drinks suck, bro. Like, I'm fortunate not to have like, you know, be exposed to them or like, you know, get in contact with them early or anything or like rely on them. Like, I don't really rely on like coffee or like other stimulants, you know, like caffeine. I don't think, like, I don't know. I think it's just I mean, I'll stay up, but also nap in the daytime as well. So I eventually, like, sometimes I'll screw. Limit 16 duels per day. That is so little. That's 48 duels. I don't think you are gonna determine much with that.
Not true. Not only is it not worth sacrificing your health just to play a game, but that's also like strategically the wrong way to go about it. You want to make sure you're sleeping well, eating well.
By being better than all of you? I mean, that's if you that's world qualifying status. If I ever.
For this cup and also in the past. So just I would strongly advise everyone to take care of themselves during these events if you're interested in playing them. And I know for a fact that it's not about the amount of games you play.
Yeah, I definitely don't think, like, I've done Xyz Cup with like on a reasonable sleep schedule, and I mean, I ended up getting top 1000 because I ended up tilting near the end, but my goal was top 100 and I was really close, and I didn't even like go. I just didn't even like. I went to sleep. I went and did my daily activities and stuff, and then played. Yeah, I think it helped a lot because, like, I feel like, I mean, near the end, you kind of like, you know, try your best, so you can kind of determine whether it's worth going. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you want to get head start or whatever, but I don't know. I feel like if a novice like me can like take advantage of that, you know, I don't know. There's no point in playing while you're fucking sleepy. You're just gonna Like losing one game makes such a huge difference in point differential.
About your win rate, and the top two for this cup, myself and also Pac, who's obviously an incredible player and also a good friend of mine. I know that I had a final exam for school on the Friday, and he also worked his day job on the Friday, and we ended up still 1 and 2. So it's really not about how many games you play; it's about your win rate, how you prepare, and how you take care of yourself during the event. But yeah, that's the kind of rundown of the event. I was able to get first with a combination of decks. I played Automat Ryzeal, Malice, and Mitsurugi Ryzeal, but really the main deck I played was Mitsurugi Ryzeal. It was the one I used for the majority of the climb, especially heading into like this later stages where you're playing against fiercer competition, people who are also doing well. And as you can see here, the score was pretty high at this time, 83,000. And it was a really thin margin between myself and Pac. Stellar also did an amazing job this cup. It was kind of all three of us near the end of day 3 racing to try to get first. And even the people who got like top 10, top 100, it's a lot of work and a huge achievement. So don't let any of the rankings fool you. Like there might be a gap between like Pac and Stellar or Stellar and the next person, but everyone here I'm sure put in a lot of time preparing and then also played very well throughout the weekend. But without further ado, we can get into the deck list. So Mitsurugi Ryzeal wasn't something that was really on my radar going into the cup. The first deck that I wanted to look into when the cup format was announced was Labyrinth, actually, because Stovey and Chandra recently got put back to 3 in Master Duel after a very long time of being semi-limited. But I quickly realized that Stovey and Chandra kind of just suck. Like I was hoping that Labyrinth would have a good Dracotail matchup because I was anticipating Dracotail to be the most popular deck. But Stovey and Chandra, although the Lab engine has some positives against Dracotail, like Barrier is the main one and Looping Barrier, as well as Impulse is extremely strong, Stovey and Chandra are kind of too slow in terms of card advantage. They also get hit by Sting, which is a card that, like the Trap version of Labyrinth, for example, doesn't really have an issue with. So my testing found that Trap Labyrinth had a very good Dracotail matchup, but Furniture Labyrinth didn't. And the problem with Trap Labyrinth is that it has a really bad matchup into Malice or any type of Ryzeal variant. So I had to scratch that off the list. And then I was expecting to play Automat Ryzeal for the cup, because it's kind of like generally considered the better deck, so I put in a lot of time with that. And I ended up running it during the cup, but I quickly realized like this deck is way too weak into Fua. I don't like it into Maxi, like that type of thing. So it felt like a lot of my games were a coin flip. And I messed around with Malice for a little bit too, but what I eventually ended on...
Oh, this is Mitsu. Okay, I was like, where's his Automat shit?
This deck was right here.
He's lucky I didn't try hard this DC. True. Sun Sunju. Mog him next time. Actually, you can't Mog him because he already won. Okay, you're gonna have to Mog Pac and Jesse and Josh.
Ceiling, like if you go first with this deck in combo uninterrupted, you basically always win. And what I liked about this as opposed to Automat Ryzeal is that you're much stronger in Fua and Maxi because you have the Mitsurugi engine to rely on. So your power level's higher going first and second, like this deck's pretty good at breaking boards. Murakumo interacts extremely well into the Dracotail deck because you're taxing them every time they try to activate something, and the deck really needs hand advantage. And wiping their field is also super convenient because sometimes they'll have like a Thalion, Gulamel, like another fusion monster, something like that. Like it just gets rid of everything at once. So it's hurting their board presence and their hand presence. So that's why I like this deck. Into Malice, you're kind of just flipping. The Dracotail matchup is good because you're also still using the Ryzeal engine. That's kind of why people played Automat Ryzeal as well, right? Like Ice and X are so strong into the Dracotail cards, they interact so well going second. I also really enjoyed this deck into 5 mana, because going first into 5 mana, what they'll try to do usually is you'll like use your Ryzeal cards to threaten Duo Drive with Cross. So sometimes you like threaten to put Cross up from your deck so they interrupt the Duo Drive, or sometimes you star set the Cross. And when you do that, they'll Gulamel or Urgula the Cross. And the Automat Ryzeal deck is still, it doesn't sound like it folds there, but I would say it has more of a weakness to the Cross being removed from the game, because the deck's a little bit more one-dimensional than this deck. In this deck, if you lose the Cross, you still kind of get to play a pure Mitsurugi deck, but a little bit amped up by the Ryzeal cards. So I almost never lost to 5 mana if I was going first and they 5 mana me, because they would invest so many resources to try to deal with the Cross, because they're forced to, and then you just completely overpower them with the remaining Mitsurugi cards, especially because they've committed a lot to remove the Cross in the first place. So going card by card through the deck now. So the cards I'm going to point out as not always being in the deck are the 3 Veilers and the 1 Nibiru. The rest of the deck was pretty much static. And the 3 Veilers and the Nibiru switched out for different non-engine slots as the cup progressed based on what I felt I was playing against. So at some points it was like Meowls, Lancia.
Yeah, one thing I really don't like going into Mitsu with what's nice about Dracotail is like if they have to start with Mitsu cards, your traps interact pretty well. You know, like you have the smell. Like if they have to start with like Mitsurugi Ritual or something like that, like they're playing into Sting and shit. But like this motherfucker and Habakiri debuff is so difficult to like crack with Dracotail, and like a lot of your interactions aren't that too good into Murakumo. Like, okay, I'm gonna Arthalion bounce. Okay, lol. And then yeah, the tax comes up. Like it starts to add up. Like Gulamel popping this doesn't feel very good either because of freaking what's it called? Prayers Revive. So I think like I don't know. I feel like I've had most success like bouncing it with Arthalion, but you know it's still in hand. It's not like they would like. It's not difficult to ritual summon it, but it's at least more difficult to do that than it is to just Prayers Revive or whatever.
I think maybe Purely I was there at one point, like Bell. But 3 Veiler and 1 Nip was what I ended up playing for most of the run because I realized it was the most stable. Impermanence was never a consideration because everyone was playing Reboot this cup, and we didn't want to get strayed by like random.
Oh, that's the other thing. Yeah, if you get rebooted by Mitsurugi, the shit you have in hand isn't like I don't know. It like I think yeah. Oh, I'm trying to think. Yeah, you definitely the Mitsurugi can probably crack like the Mitsuri engine can probably plus Reboot probably cracks the whole board.
Impermanence our opponents. And I'll do some shoutouts at the end, but by we, of course, I mean myself and my teammates Joey and Enzo. All 3 of us prepared during the cup and like, helped make decisions. Like we were helping tweak each other's deck lists and whatnot, and talking about like the trends we saw, encouraging each other like just mentally. But also before the cup, we all put in a lot of time together as a team. We had this deck, even though it wasn't something that was on our radars as the best deck, we had it prepared, which is part of why it was possible to switch. And we also made some of the deck building choices together, just prepared a lot. So I couldn't have done it without both of my teammates. And the other thing that's really important about Veiler, actually, is that if you have a game where you get like Fuwa or Maxied, and then you're playing like Mitsurugi Pure with Mirakumo and Purification, if you're like Maxing or Fuwing your opponent back, you really need to not die. So that's why there's Veilers, as opposed to Impermanences in that slot as well. It's kind of an additional reason. Veiler's also just solid against Draco Tail, it's solid against Miles and Razio. Like, not the best against those latter 2 decks, but it's better than nothing. And then the 1 Nib is also just to draw off of Maxing Fuwa eventually, because you kind of need to draw it at a certain point. Like, you can't have your Maxing Fuwa be like empty threats. So the main deck building decision with this deck that I don't think was very popular among the other Mitsurugi Razio players in the top 100 was we decided to play 3 Tachyon and 0 pre-prep.
He doesn't play Divine Dragon?
A card that I think is very feel-good to resolve, which is why people enjoy playing it in this deck. Like when you resolve pre-prep, or if your opponent activates pre-prep, for example, usually you're pretty sick. But the reason isn't because they're pre-prep.
I don't know, I felt like
and you don't have engine,
Divine Dragon wasn't that like I mean people played it, but you could argue it's redundant. But yeah, he's also not, I think for me he's not on pre-prep. That one was like almost like people didn't think I think that one was the one people thought like people will put up with the fact that it bricks and shit.
Or a way to stop it. So we wanted to focus on the Mitsurugi engine, but not to the extent where we would be adding like Mirror or Futsu to our deck. We did have a list originally that didn't play Futsu, but still you have to play.
Why is this not from Billy Billy?
I mean, this deck already has so many bricks. You can accept that the power level of the deck and the high quality of some of the starters, like Hapakiri, Prayers, Ice, X, Tachyon, like these are all basically bomb cards when they resolve, and that's why it's okay to have some dead cards in your hand sometimes.
Ryan never bricks? But then he'd play pre-prep though. If that was the case, he'd just play pre-prep and then just mog everyone. I mean, I'm just like looking at it. You're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Imagine 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's not bad. 15. This is not bad. I guess yeah, opening, you know, your like Star, Saji, Serpent. I don't know. I feel like this deck, you know, like opens. It's not so much breaking. It's more like opening like weak ass hands, you know, where you're like forced to normal summon one of the guys, and like or like yeah, normal summon a guy and then you know, special summon Ice or something like that, something like that. But like but yeah.
Avoid. So why would we want to add to the amount of picks? And we also thought the consistency of the deck was fine already. Like this deck has 15 starters as is. You don't need additional starters in terms of pre-prep, especially when Tachyon is like Tachyon's kind of just a god card in this deck, especially with everyone playing Veilers. And also Droll. Droll is one card that kind of scares people away from this deck, but it's honestly not that bad into it. I rarely lost to it.
Yeah, you just search Ice. Yeah, I don't understand. Like the Droll seems manageable. Like I feel like I never felt okay. Like versus people on ladder, Droll feels like it was really good versus them because they would not play around it at all. But I feel like, oh, you know, they could have just secured Ice and like set up a pretty reasonable board, especially if they're playing Star in the first place. So like I never really like understood Droll that much.
His Ice plays pretty well into Droll with Detonator. And if you have Mitsurugi engine, usually you can try to set up a Mirakumo or a Purification through Droll as well, or maybe make like an endboard with IP. So Droll, I really didn't feel like was an issue. And Tachyon also is a card that helps you play through Veiler, like I alluded to, because Tachyon for X, they're forced to Veiler, and then any normal level 4, they're just out of there. So that's most of the deck building for this. Purification's pretty much mandatory in the main deck, especially when you're playing mini games with Max and Fua. Being able to search Purification instead of pairs is super high impact. It also helps you in the grind game. I really enjoyed the Mitsurugi grind game against Draco Tail, because you're actually pretty favored, I think, most of the time, especially because you have the sub-engine with Ryzeal. Like, if the game goes on for too long, eventually you're unfavored.
Wait, people play Mirror over 7th Tachyon? I didn't know that.
For example, like, you're negating and destroying something with Purification, you're taxing them with Murakumo once or twice, you're wiping the field. The Mitsurugi engine does a super good job of generating follow-up with Kusanagi, prayers, the search for Murakumo, and also Disengrave. So you have a pretty high chance to win turn 2. And I don't think there's much else to say about the extra deck. The turn 1
No in between? That sounds not accurate.
But also just in general, Serpent comes up as something that helps you get into your level 4 engine. We didn't play Dragluxion, the rank 8 that searches Tachyon.
That might be just you.
If you start just prayers, you can get the additional level 4 by just Kusanagi adding Vexagi and normal summoning it alongside the Serpent.
I don't know. When I play Draco Tail, I just don't understand people's complaints. I'm like, I'm ass with this deck, but this deck is insane. This deck is really, really good. Like, ooh, Retaliancy. This shit, Retaliancy sucks ass. I don't know. Actually, it's more so like Retaliancy is like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people just don't, like, they hyper focus on one thing and then, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna call cap. They can totally brick because they run so many bricks. Okay, bro. Yeah. You're just hyper focusing on the bricks, like I said.
Card, or sometimes you have like a Fua or a Star you can almost summon. So it would be convenient to have Dragluxion, but I thought that the extra deck space for Typhon was actually
Hand of Knights. Yes, you're gonna open that. Okay, I open 3 Urgla, 1 Pan, 1 fucking I don't know, some spell that I don't know. It happens. It's not gonna like. You can literally open 3 Veiler, 2 Maxi. It's like almost like the same realm, but you can't avoid it. What are you gonna do? Cut 1 Veiler and play another Onogen? Same shit will happen. Like, that's like, I think the hand sucks ass. It's unfortunate, but it is the risk you take when you play a deck. Like, don't sweat it.
Steer the game in a direction where my opponent can have like maybe Accode, Transcode, but I would have like literally a Night Sword Serpent and no other cards. But the Night Sword Serpent puts me in a winning position because I can go Night Sword into Typhon, attack the Transcode, and then bounce the Accode back to their extra deck. So I think this card's severely underrated. Nothing much else to say. 2 duo instead of Detonator. I know a lot of people play 1 duo, 2 Detonator in this deck, but I prefer being able to send something to fuel the cross or to fuel the duo that can't get Bistro. Like, I don't want to send a Detonator and have it get magged and then randomly be open to nib. Because when you play so many games over a cup, eventually you're going to have like that combination of cards show up in your opponent's hand. So why play into it? And the second Detonator really never came up. Every other card in the extra deck is very solid, very standard. So that's the deck. In terms of just general thoughts about the cup, because I think that might be interesting if anyone watching this video is looking into playing one or just wants to know what it's like to play one. I guess in the meantime, while I talk about it, I can put on like one replay that was interesting.
You can't tell me the deck plays 15 starters. You just ignore all. Like, I don't understand. That's why I'm saying you're hyper focusing on the bricks. The deck plays 15 starters. Of course, if you don't open any of the 15, have you calculated the chance of not opening 15 starters? It's like less than. It's low. Like, you're hyper focusing on that low percent. I'm not ignoring. I played like 100. Yeah. You don't understand. You just don't understand at all. I played 100 games. Here's what happened. I drew the wrong conclusion.
I think this one probably isn't bad. And I won't really talk about the replay, but it'll just be something to watch. So the main thing, I think, aside from the misconception about taking care of yourself during the cup, the main thing that's important is everything matters insofar as it affects your technical play. And what I mean by that is, one thing that you'll hear people talk about often is that they feel like their play deteriorates on day 2 or day 3 of the cup, right? Or some people will say like, oh, I was watching Josh's stream, but just to name one person. I was watching X person stream and they were getting so unlucky. Like, I can't believe that they had this amount of bad luck for this time period. But I think
the thing with Retaliating Sea is, okay, Lancia is free. The card, you just activate it. There's no risk, almost no risk, because like most decks don't rely on banishing. When people activate Retaliating Sea on me, I go like, oh, okay, I'll search 5 mana. And then it turns out their deck can't out their Retaliating Sea. Like, they have to out it themselves. Okay, they can search Max C, but they get rid of it themselves. And it's just like, oh, okay, so you stopped me for a turn. I searched my turn, turn my archetypal hand trap to continue playing. And it looks like your deck is ass under macro. So you have to get rid of it. The only exception is Man. That was like the one exception, because Man could, actually, link it off, normal summon Man, link it off, set up the, like, that was like the one exception. But for the most part, like, Retaliating Sea widespread, it felt like they were hurting themselves more.
the reality is that if you play a cup, you are bound to have streaks of good luck and also streaks of bad luck. Like, it's just something that happens. So everyone's going to experience those things. But if you get tilted by the streaks of bad luck, you're not going to be in a good enough mental state to capitalize when you have a streak of good luck, right? You're going to start throwing games. Even if you make like small sequencing errors, it's going to start costing you games. And as well, the difference between getting like a good score and a really good score in a cup, I think part of it comes down to how many unwinnable games you're saving. So sometimes the bar isn't for playing like, oh, like I did nothing wrong. Sometimes the bar is playing like above perfect. Like you have to go a step beyond, which is not something really that comes up much in the TCG. Like obviously you can win games like that in the TCG, but it's more so just that in Master Duel, you have so many games, you're eventually going to get games where you get unlucky, games where you get lucky, and games where there's like the thinnest of margins to try to steal a win by outplaying your opponent. So those are the games that you need to be stealing to try to like reach top 10, maybe even reach top 100, depends what your goal is. And for those games, you need to have a very like clear sense of mind, I think. You have to be completely calm. It's really difficult to win those games if you're like crashing out over like a streak of bad luck or something. So this is sort of an example of that. Like this is a game that, by all means, my opponent should probably win, but I'm able to win in part because my opponent maybe misuses some interrupts, or like my hand's not bad, but it's not supposed to win, but it's kind of good enough to like steal a win by my opponent maybe getting confused or not comboing properly. So that's kind of what I'm talking about.
Another thing is people track coin flips, and I think tracking coin flips is kind of helpful. I do it because you know, I'm interested in, you know, how, you know, the data is borne out. But like if you end up tracking coin flips and it just starts tilting you, don't do it. Don't do it. There's no point. Why track something that's just tilting you and making your play worse? And I think I see that a lot in discourse. Like people are like, "Oh, this session I played 20 games and I only won 12 coin flips." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Oh wait, sorry, 8 coin flips. Won 8 coin flips, lost 12. But point is just like, what's the point of tracking it if you're just gonna like complain? You're just if you're not interested in like, you know, super competitively doing well, and you're just like, you know, that's different. You know, whatever. You can just talk about whatever you want. But if you have some semblance of competitiveness and then you're hyper focusing on something that's just tilting you. I just accept it. Yeah.
So yeah, there's with Star here, like maybe with another Riser card, I'm supposed to win this game. But with Star, there's no way I'm actually supposed to win this game, even with the reboot. But part of what makes this game winnable is that my opponent's not going to have access to their Malice engine after I reboot the GWC, because they didn't exactly combo. They didn't combo properly or safely. Like I can't say exactly because I don't know where their hand is, but I know for a fact that the combo probably could have been better. But that aside, I think another thing that matters a lot is, aside from not tilting, the preparation matters a ton. Even though I think a lot of people who play Master Duel don't really take it seriously as their main game, which I know is not the case for everyone. Like I myself don't play much TCG in favor of playing Master Duel, but I know that a lot of people who are good in the TCG, who put a lot of time into that, don't exactly spend too much time on Master Duel. Not to like insult them or anything, that's just how it is. But if you want to be good at something, you have to put the time in, right? So that's why if you're a TCG player who like maybe only preps like the 2 weeks before the cup, like not that I'm trying to call anyone out either or like insult anyone, but it's kind of natural that you're not going to be as familiar with all things Master Duel. So that's not just like the user interface or like your toggles, how fast you can play. It's also going to affect like your stamina, because there's overlapping but different skill sets for each game, right? And even if we want to talk strictly about Master Duel related things, a lot of TCG players are like, I don't understand the toggles, or I find it like frustrating or difficult. But it's also just small differences in the format caused by the different ban lists, or like Maxi being legal is a big one, and also the best of one format. You're not going to be as familiar with those game states, right? The formats are different, even if the cards are the same. Even though there are going to be some DC formats where, like this one, I think was basically a prime example of where TCG players kind of had an edge to begin with, because Draco Tail had just come out, and then Draco Tail, Malice, and Risgular are obviously all decks that have been very familiar to TCG players at this point. And I think that was partially reflected by how many TCG players did well this Duelist Cup, and it made me really happy to see, because I enjoy Master Duel a lot, and it makes me happy if TCG players are also like coming to enjoy it or wanting to compete, because it's more fun if everyone's trying their best. But I would also advise that if you're hoping to qualify for Master Duel Worlds, maybe you're just taking it more seriously in general for fun, you really have to treat it as like a separate game and not like a side game. And this game is...
He's just saying put in put in more effort than just going to level max and then oh my gosh. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, it goes without saying. It's just funny. I guess like it's not something I really need to hear because I don't play TCG. But how are you playing right now? I'm gonna give you tell you a secret. This is YouTube. Also, this is the Duelist Cup background. All right, there's no way Duelist Cup. We don't have Duelist Cup scheduled for this month.
This game is only really interesting because my opponent, aside from sort of losing access to their Malice engine by not having a March Hare, I bait out my opponent to use the Accode with Mitsurugi Ritual, I'm not sure if you're paying super close attention to the replay. It's more just on in the background, so I have something to gloss over while I'm also chatting about the Duelist Cup. But I basically activated Ritual in a position where if my opponent lets it resolve, I lose. And my opponent probably should realize that they're not supposed to negate this Ritual, but you have to understand as well that this is in the middle of the cup, right? So everyone's fatigued, everyone's stressed, so it kind of makes it even more possible for your opponent to maybe make a mistake that they wouldn't make normally. So this little misplay of my opponent's, combined with I'm just sequencing all the cards properly, and my opponent maybe missing a step in their combo, which normally wouldn't get them punished, right? We all know Malice isn't exactly the most punishing deck, but this small game where it's the exception to the rule, a lot of different things have to come together for me to win this. Every game counts, right? This game could be the difference between me getting second and first, for example. And even now, just to give an example, I actually remember what I was thinking during this game. I was thinking, okay, so my opponent, I can tell at this point if they're not interrupting me, they probably don't have a Abyss Chiller in my chair, which means that the only card I really need to play around is Nib, right? Because I baited out the Echo, their traps are off, they already ashed me. So I could go Fair Limbs.
I like how he calls it Echo.
I could go Fair Limbs, add Murakumo, slam the Ritual, just try to get out of here, be done. But I took an extra step to compose myself. I was like, okay, if the card is Nib, then going straight to Fair Limbs will make me lose the game. So let me think of a line that allows me to beat the Nib, let me put up Cross before. It's something that seems really easy if you're doing it in post or taking a look in hindsight. But when you're exhausted, you've been playing for however many hours, and you just want to be done and you want to go into the next game.
Instead of top 1, do you do top 5 or 10? I mean, they could, but they probably just hold the event just once and then call it. Technically, we do have that, a semblance of that with the WCQ, but it's split by region.
Which is something that I think is pretty evident. If you're watching someone play during a cup, usually the gameplay isn't going to be perfect, especially because the conditions of the cup and also Yu-Gi-Oh is just a hard game. But the difference is being able to slow yourself down, stay composed even when all the bad luck is happening. This game, I was not super frustrated, but I think
Timer has so much pressure. Yeah, she has timer too. Timer too. Yeah, timer is insane.
For the White Rabbit, but my opponent had the one of Underground. But instead of getting upset about it, I was
while I play Draco Tail, I go into timer a lot. But when I know what I'm doing, that also counterbalances. I end up in timer because I'm really learning the deck as I'm playing it. I mean, that's the reason. But it's really nice where in those moments that I actually start figuring out what to do and start planning ahead and stuff. I don't know, it just feels rewarding. But it I guess there's no other. I guess the other phrase would be just lock in or whatever. But it helps a lot to counterbalance the timer. Okay, get ruined by timer, bruh. Yeah, but that's the thing. If I guess that makes the difference between someone like Ryan and someone who's playing Master Duel. He probably doesn't have to maybe he has to think to sequence. He doesn't have to spend that much time thinking to sequence, or after he rules out everything, it becomes second nature.
And then maybe I'll be able to break it, right? So you just have to keep that kind of mindset. With Granted, I also think it's much more difficult if you're streaming. It probably depends on the person. Me personally, if I was...
But it also depends on the deck. There's probably I'm not saying Ryzeal doesn't have that many decision trees, but I imagine there's the Azumina deck has probably a lot of options that you have to, that just are dumped all at once. And planning that might take more time than just because I feel Ryzeal's not linear or anything. I'm not trying to make it sound linear, but you can definitely go summon guy that searches a guy, and in that time span you just figure out what you want to do next, and then that guy searches another guy, and then it's a little bit more. There's still different options you can do, especially with the Mitsurugi cards. But I'm using that as an example because you literally just dump a bunch of cards and you're just oh okay. Ryzeal best for fast games climbing up in ladders. It has to also be matchups too. The reason, Ryzeal feels good because a lot of the hand traps that Draco Tail plays, or people are playing for Draco Tail, aren't very effective. Bell, Valor, Ash Blossom. They're pretty. They don't trade very well into your guys. What was I gonna say? And you also have Cross too, and he, like you mentioned, he has a way to check 5 mana. Was with Naturia Runic? Oh my gosh, that sounds yeah. I feel those tend to be grindy games, especially if your opponent doesn't even I think with Runic, people don't know when to give up. Maybe they're trying to force you to time out or something like that, but I can say a lot of Runic games dragged out. Start Brandon and 60 card 10 engine piles. Yeah. So that's why I find it impressive that like when Brandon does well in like these tournaments, you know, like player, because he probably has a lot of like he probably doesn't even have to think. He like sees his hand, has like the whatever the Yusei combo tree mapped out in his head or whatever, and then like can adjust like on the fly. But yeah. I would probably I'm pretty sure I time out with Brandon. But also I recognize that I'm not as familiar with those options. I know what the cards do. That's not the problem. It's just like I have to take a long time to think about sequencing. A lot of middies to pure timing out in future. Really? they have a lot of steps in their combo.
But it kind of distracts from your focus, at least in some small way. Like even if you're just alt tabbing to check that the stream is okay, that there's no issues, or if you're like you have a face cam, you have to like watch your facial expressions because you don't want to like present yourself as a mess to the world, right? So I have a lot of respect for the people who stream these cups regularly and still try.
Yeah, I think it was really impressive that Josh during the WCQ, he was like the first guy to stream Duelist Cup. He was like, that was insane. That was an insane feat to watch on stream. Like just that's not even with the delay. Duelist Cup, yeah. Oh my god.
There's a fine line between like fully trying and streaming and accepting that there's going to be a slight disadvantage. But even if you're streaming, I think all of us can do our best to try to improve, because I think that's what's really beautiful about.
I think this last DC, Josh didn't seem like he did pretty well, right? This is the last Duelist Cup. I think there was like the previous DC where he looked like he was gonna like crash out every second. But I think this last DC didn't feel that way, at least from what I spectated. I think he did well, yeah. I saw him got way more tilted and kind of made him demotivated. Not this DC, not the last Duelist Cup. Maybe the Duelist Cup before that one, where he decided to take. I forgot. Was it the one Quantal won or something like that? I forgot. But this last one felt like he was just chilling. I think it was the Duelist Cup I'm talking about is the one where he switched to Primite Beansmith and just started winning. And then eventually that streak ended, but like 50k, yeah, VV Tenpai DC. Okay, yeah, that's understandable. I mean, even Judeo says like that Tenpai Duelist Cup was fucked, and he had to invent the Chandra DC song to stay sane.
They reward good play over a large sample size, and that's kind of why it's more consistent to do well in these than like a random YCS, at least in my
opinion. You're laughing.
And the TCG. So I have a lot of respect for the people who stream and kind of know that they're putting themselves at a disadvantage. But even so, I mean, everyone's got something to learn, and that applies to me, of course, as well. Like I definitely didn't play perfect this cup, but I'm looking forward to the next cup because it's an opportunity for me to like, keep learning and improving. Even if I'm streaming, I'm looking forward to like trying to play my best. And I guess the point
Chandra DC, yeah, Chandra DC.
That's kind of why it feels a little bit weird to monologue like this, but I guess that's what I found interesting. But anyway, it matters, right? Like Nib isn't a 3-of during this cup because Dragon Tail is one of the most popular decks, but my opponent happens to have full comboed with Ash and Nib, and technically.
That's insane. That's really good. Ash, Nib, Impulse. Oop. Actually, the Impulse didn't factor, right? Because he got rebooted.
Actually, they might have said that off you, but I wasn't fully paying attention during this replay. But you get the point. Like, this is something that's unlikely to happen. Let's say I played into this Nib with Phalanx. It would be easy to say, and it's something I've seen people say, and it's also something that I've been subject to myself in the past. Like, in the past, maybe before I had gotten more experience with Duelist Cups, before I had like grown as a player, I would think, man, like maybe I misplayed with that Phalanx, but my opponent got lucky, really lucky to draw Ash and Nib. But the correct way to think about it, I think, is more like all I have to do is try to win every game I can, even the ones that I'm not supposed to win. And if I do that, then I'll at least be proud of my performance if I don't do well, right? And there's always something more to learn, which is why I enjoy Master Duel a lot.
During the Xyz Cup, that was like one I took seriously. The Synchro Cup, I don't like my performance in the Synchro Cup. I was learning the deck as I was playing, which is not what you're supposed to do at all. In the Xyz Cup, I threw a lot of winnable games against Purely because I was on Fire King. And that actually like pissed me off. Like I don't know why I just let Purely I would let Purely get away with shit under the field spell, and then they would just snowball. And I was like, oh my god, I had that shit. It's the same with Labyrinth too. Labyrinth was in the Duelist Cup, and like they had a poor matchup into Fire King, which is what I was playing. But like somehow like I just like let them get away with one, like a set off lady, and then it just snowballs. I stuff like that, simple stuff like that. Oh my god. I think that's definitely a big reason. And it's not like, oh, they opened everything. It's more like I let them get away with one thing, and then they just like were able to take a mile. Xyz Cup because I gave me confident with the nice.
I thought the line was actually pretty interesting because it basically requires me to go through everything and then use the ritual at the end with Murkumo off Fairy Limbs. So that's why I saved this game. I thought it was cool. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I have to say about the Duelist Cup. So if anyone is interested in seeing
oh my god,
from this channel, just please leave a comment or say something, and I would be happy to look into it or maybe do this again sometime. So yep, that's all. Thank you for listening.
Damn. All right. All right. Our favorite Yu-Gi-Oh theorist. Surprising third strategy for going second in Yu-Gi-Oh. Nobody talks about this. I hold that the third option, gas, is like so overhyped. Maybe, I don't know. All right. Perez might go. All right, let's see.
Look at this. This was under Droll. This was under Droll. This was playing through Cosmic Blazar, playing through Varudris, playing through a Floodgate.
Shane Fua, also, yo. What's up, K9? Yeah, Shane Fua. I mean, technically, you could. There are like Fua is not the best at preventing OTKs. Like, I just think of like White Force. Fua does not feel that strong into them, and they have those stupid new Vengeance and Crystal Beast. Yeah, Crystal Beast. All right. My favorite part is the replays, because usually there's something sus going on. He saves it, and like it's like indicative of. It's not so much the first part that I care too much about, except for the Nib hate video, when my bro was cooking Nib. I was like, "What do you say fuck me for?" I was gonna believe the White Force because I tried to fool rip and then I could just draw. Yeah. For some reason, draw. I had to draw my own Fua versus White Forest. Shit's fucked.
Said any monster sent from the field to the graveyard is banished instead.
Fua too? True.
Hello, mathematicians. Today we're going to be going over a third option that you could do besides doing hand traps or board breakers when going second, and that's doing gas-based builds. Yes, that's the third option we're going to go over. And what is exactly a gas-based build? Well, you're not running many hand traps or board breakers. Instead, you're going to be using either gas engines or gas kind of decks. Let me just give you some samples right now, right? Take the Danger engine, for example. That just keeps churning out cards and drawing cards left and right. You can go a hero, like board breaking engine, a cyber engine going second, extremely insane, because it just keeps having interactions after interactions, even if you stop it. And we'll go over what I mean by that. Or even like going first, going second, branded.
I feel like these decks play uninteractive cards to push through. So I mean, like these kind of, I don't feel like this card does a lot for what it's worth, but it doesn't do enough on its own for me to be like, I feel like they have to reboot you. They have to like Lightning Storm, and then they like gas through whatever pieces you have left,
All of Albaz, all of those kind of
only gas. Yeah, X is actually crazy. If you draw X, it feels so good.
So what do I mean by that? But anyways, let's go over what kind of hand traps they play. Generally, gas-based builds view 1-for-1 trades generally as bad, so they won't really be playing things like Effect Veiler.
Okay, so I mean, he's talking about gas-based builds, right? Like, I understand where he's coming from here. This actually makes sense. Because when you play hand traps, the 1-for-1 trades are not great. However, when you pair them, they start to, like, for the most part, if you want to completely end someone's turn, you probably need 3 hand traps. But like 2 hand traps do a pretty good job. That overlap, I think I experienced this like versus Malice, Nib plus Bell, what's it called? Nib plus Bestial. Nib, Nib plus Imperm. Well, actually, Imperm can be beat versus Malice specifically. In general, Ash plus Imperm, Ash plus Veiler, Ash plus Nibiru was weird. That's a weird combination. But those tend to like, smooth out the board so you can actually like, break through it. 1-for-1s require skill. It depends, I think you just need to like. you can't just rely on one card. You have to play a bunch of hand traps. So I go back to his point about gas builds, where like the 1-for-1 trades are generally bad. Like if you have like, I don't know, 60 card deck and you have like 50 engine, so you have room for 10 non-engine, 1-for-1s don't make sense because the chances of drawing multiples within the space of 10 cards is really low, or lower compared to, you know, a hand trap build that plays like 16 to 18 hand traps where you can actually pair them, you know. So then you actually see the benefits of these 1-for-1 trades. If you have a 50 card gas build with 10 non-engine, don't like 1-for-1s are not going to do shit. You might have to play Imperm for Appaloosa because you have no choice because Appaloosa's a bitch, but you know, it makes sense. You know, like Branded plays like high impacts like Super Poly, Droplet, Thrust, you know, I think I've seen Talons before, and those actually like you know, they're like must negates. They ignore shit. They're not always 1-for-1 trades. Yeah. Like Brandy Daddy. Yeah, Brandy Daddy. Yeah. So yeah. So, you know, have branded players cut Ash Blossom in their branded builds? I don't know if I've seen that, but I would kind of understand that. Well, besides for like cross out, but that's what I feel like he's getting at. So I understand this. You know, if you like, hand traps is not a bad strategy. There are decks where it just doesn't do shit, and you just accept that. But yeah.
Or infinite impermanence, unless they really need to. But instead, they're going to be playing silver.
Yeah. Okay, so he got there. Yeah. Okay. So I guess yeah. Droll makes sense. Yeah. Abohumud used to play without Ash? Yeah.
Bullet hand traps, and that's what I think you should be doing now anyways. I think even in modern 2026 Yu-Gi-Oh!, 1-for-1 trades are just generally bad now. There are some exceptions, of course, but always sticking with silver bullet hand traps is going to be good, but I am not a fan now of hand traps that go 1-for-1, especially like the target ones that are easily dodgeable. You just go -1 sometimes for no reason, and then everyone just keeps extending to the sun, like their arms are like Dalsim from Street Fighter. They just keep extending, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what's going on? Anyways, so what about the board breakers that they play, right? We're talking about board breakers. A lot of these gas-based builds will tend to sprinkle these in, but not too many. They go with some of these unrespondable ones, but they go with them in a way that's very...
I mean, the thing is, they're still using board breakers. Like it isn't really like a third option, you know, these gas, they're still using board breakers. So I don't know. It's not like he invented a new third type. It's still dipping into, you know, sometimes, you know, hand traps, which was number 1 in board breakers. Yeah. Van deck is to draw 50 board breakers spell OTK bus. I'm okay with board breaker spells being good staples in meta. You draw 1, maybe 2 of them. You can have to pushing your board with pure engine feels. Yeah. Try to build to draw 1 lingering hand trap plus a 1-for-1 going second. Yeah.
Interesting. Like, for example, if they were to
Forbidden Droplet, yeah.
Slayer, they would go with one that would send card to the graveyard that matches the opponent's extra deck type, that also gives them some kind of advantage. So, like, probably sending Garura, for example, for fusions, or, you know what I'm saying? Something that's going to draw, or they might be playing a Mitsurugi engine, and then sending Harry.
Dude, Metaltronus was goated back when it was Ryzeal Malice format. Specifically in Malice. I don't know if you played it in Ryzeal. But this shit was so good. Like, outed Detonator. Before they decided, before they figured out Baguska and Starly, like, mogged everyone. But it also gave you a body too to link off. So it kind of made, like, it just came up a lot. In the mirror, it was so good going first. Holy shit! You normal summon them, mog them with Metaltronus. Oof. Oh my god! But it's a very, very specific card. Its time in the sun was really limited.
Arc Light, you know what I'm saying? So,
but maybe it'll return.
Bonus effect for maybe Lynx. They send Tri-Brigade Bucellifus II, and then Tri-Brigade Bucellifus II sends.
I always hated board breakers.
So it pays for itself, and something like that. That's kind of like how
I'm too broke for Tronus.
Like this. Or they might use Droplet if a lot of their cards have graveyard effects, so it's like a win-win for them. They seldomly don't use a heavy amount of these, but they tend to sprinkle these in, depending on their kind of decks. If they're like a discard deck, or if they want to like draw off of stuff. Or sometimes some gas-based builds will do some like massive board damage kind of stuff, and then try to like whittle your negates, and then try to continue on.
Yeah, this is what I'm just saying. Like, you know, he brought up the Cyber Dragon. I'm pretty sure they still use Red Reboot Lightning Storm. They're still using board breakers. Okay, come on, bro. Exciton Knight? Are you serious? Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know. It's just out of place. Okay. Can I have the video link? Yeah, of course. Of course. Copy video you are.
But again, they kind of just sprinkle these in. They'll more use like Red Reboot, kind of like a Harpy's Feather Duster for all the traps, because they don't really care that how they get to their means. They're just trying to do massive board damage to you. But again, they don't run as many board breakers as a dedicated go second deck because they can go first too. So they kind of just sprinkle them in seldomly. You see maybe like 3 of these and it'll max, and it'll be depending on, you know, what's meta, what's not. And I mean, I'm talking a lot about these gas-based builds. I want to go over the cons first before I go over the pros. And before I begin, and I give you.
If he's okay, he keeps calling gas builds or whatever. But okay, to humor this, I think some of the times you just get floodgated really easily. I've also experienced people like maxi me, and then I just OTK through the maxi because they're not drawing into anything relevant. Maxi Fuelos as well. You know, you can generally push through it, but maxi probably makes it harder. I've only ever seen like maxi deck out being option with Jesse with tier.
A sample. So kind of a gas-based build is going to be, they're generally going to be weak to Droll.
Fuelosi, okay.
Why? That's because they just keep going and going, creating endless advantage. So if you're going to make a gas-based build, make sure you put some lines to play around those, because those weaknesses are going to really hurt you. They're extremely hard to deck build, by the way. Gas-based builds are really, really hard to deck build because of the fact of everything needs to go together perfectly. You have to do a lot of math. There's a lot of 2-card combos involved. I do videos on that, so if you need like the math for that, generally we want to be playing about, if you have a card, let's just say like an Allure.
You're not a clown, you're an entire circus. Thank you.
Videos like that for the math with that. I put that on for you if you want up there. But also, you need to know a lot of many different lines and options and paths you could travel to get your different end boards too. Because since you're doing a gas-based build, a lot of your stuff
Ancient Gears can
get stopped. You need to
full board because they threw breakers.
You need to go option C. You have 5 cards going first, 6 cards going second. So realistically, you're expecting like 4 of them to get stopped. And
Ancient Gears have that annoying continuous spell too.
That's the cons of the gas-based build. So what are the pros, right? Well, going first, they trade very well into most hand traps, right? If your opponent's doing like Ash and Imperms and Veilers, you can even chew through 3, even sometimes 4 hand traps, no problem. Trading
Mayakashi? Let's go.
And I'll give you an example next. But also, I just want to talk about going second. If you're going second, a lot of times you get more interactions than interruptions, right? So your opponent can even make a 6 interruption board, and somehow, even with your 6-card hand, it doesn't matter because the way your cards are working, some cards have 2 effects, one in the hand, one in the graveyard. So it's like, it's still generating advantage. What do I mean by that? Let's just go into an advantage of how I'm talking about gas-based builds and how they trade well. Let's take a look at Chaos Space, for example, right? This is a great example of a gas.
You're not a bud, you're an entire rat guy.
You're gonna send a light and dark monster from your hand to the graveyard.
That's unfortunate.
A light or dark monster that cannot be normal summoned or set.
Mr. Fresh.
With a level from 4 to 8.
Mr. Shock.
Then you could banish this card, target one of your banished light or dark monsters that can't be normal summon set, place it at the bottom of the deck, draw a card. So right here you can see that this card has basically an effect that pays for itself. So even if it gets ashed, the graveyard effect could still come in effect later in the turn, pay for itself, comes back, and now your opponent's down in ash. Also, it will send a light or dark monster from the hand to the graveyard. Guaranteed the decks that play this, those light and dark cards
Mr. Reggie.
Too. So they'll like that too. Then it's gonna add something deadly. Then it's got a card. So there's 3 deadly effects on this one card. And if you're just sitting there with Ash Blossom, you're gonna be like, what do I do? So like let's put it into practice. Your opponent uses Chaos Space. You're holding Ash Blossom in your hand, and you see he sends Cyber Dark Worm, and you're like, oh my gosh, what is this card? Do I have to read because it's rogue? This card becomes Cyber Dragon while on the field of the graveyard. You're like, okay, so his name is Cyber Dragon. Okay, if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you're like, oh, that's where it is now. You have another Machine Cyber in your field or graveyard, and you know his hand is probably chock full of Cyber, so you know this is gonna be easily able to attend, like achieve. Send a Cyber Dragon monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard. Special summon this card. Then you can add a Cyber Spell Trap from your graveyard to your hand. You can only use this once per duel. So if you see him chuck this, chuck that for this, you're like, oh, maybe I should save my Ash for Cyber Dark Worm because that's a once per duel effect. So that thing must be crazy. So you're like, you're caught between a hard place. You're rocking a hard place. You don't know if you should stop this or stop this. And let's say now you save your Ash. You're like, all right, I have to save it for Cyber Dark or Dark Worm. Now he adds, because this is a dark, and now he just adds this right here, this Cyber Jormungandr. And it's like, oh my gosh. And by the way, you were...
Was the first player as Dimension video up?
Rip. And it's like, now you look at this, and it's like, oh my gosh, this thing special summons itself from the hand if your opponent controls a monster. And then it's like, you take a Cyber from your deck, special summon and equip it. You can't... You're
Royal Statue when maintenance ends? Oh, I forgot. We're like waiting until maintenance.
Now this card does like 5 effects. So it's like, oh my gosh, you have this card in
my beloved Ratka.
But now this card just came in, and this card's doing like 5 things, and if you let this card go uninterrupted, it makes a Cyber Infinity, which gives an Omni Negate and a Suck. Like, so you can see here, like, this interaction here just causes confusion for your opponents, and even if you stop this, and then you stop that somehow, right, he still could recycle this, and maybe he even had that in the hand anyway, so it's like, you don't even know what's going on. The good thing about gas-based builds is you don't even know where to ash your opponent.
How expensive will the bundle be?
Lines, and they kind of need to be omnipotent to see what you're doing. Really, really strong. So let's go an example of a gas
1600, 1800?
I tried doing. I took Dragon Rulers, and I really wanted to make.
Alright, Dragon Ruler. You know what he could be playing? That one card, the Sekka's Light. He could be playing Sekka's Light. I guess you can't play. I don't know. I feel like you could still play this. Eto? Yeah, where's Eto? Where's my goat Eto? No, he's not playing it. This deck is weird. He's also playing Goliath, I assume, to send off, mill off Tidal, then revive off Redox. Towards benefits it also triggers another effect? I mean, sure. I mean, okay, how to make this work, you need at least like 12 level 7s. Yeah, it works. I mean, I'm not counting these fuckers. I'm pretty sure you need these. But you could grab him off the Spectre.
Make them work, because a lot of people's were. It's funny. Dragon Rulers used to be high and mighty on the pedestal, and they just fell out of nowhere because a lot of their cards you can only use them once per turn.
It's the same. You're not playing El Magi Mergi. El Magi Mergi, I really liked it because specifically, like, someone asked me like, why are you playing that card? One, it was a small world bridge. All right, so that was it. You know, any other effect it had is a bonus. But like, they asked me like, oh, does it even break even when you resolve its effect? And I'm like, that's not really the question. The question, because the only important interaction is if they try to imper Malimbersion, you tribute El Magi Mergi. I think like the only reason why that even matters is because you secure diameter. Because like obviously, you know, like the difference between imper Malimbersion and, you know, diameter normal summon, it's like the difference of like what's called having a normal summon hand trap for Almirage and then ending on a Link 5, or just like actually full combo. So like I feel like that was the more, it wasn't like about breaking even, it was just securing like a full combo through like a 1-for-1 hand trap. That's it. Like it definitely made a difference just to search that, but it only happened like 2 times. Like the car, you're not supposed to be happy that you drew fucking El Magi Mergi in the first place. But like, you know what? It came up, like, you know.
Turn 3, it looks really good for them. So I made this build here, and I had a couple of things that I really liked, and it was really working well. A couple of things really worked well. For example, look at this. This the Sacred Sword of 7 stars. Banish a level 7, draw 2 cards. Well, what's cool is even if they ash this, right, and I banished my monster, I don't care that I didn't get to draw 2 cards, because all of the level 7 Dragon Rulers have an effect when they're banished. They draw a card anyways, that they search a card, actually. So now you have all of these searchers. Like, oh okay. Absolutely nuts. There's another little interaction, which was cute. All of the little baby dragons can discard cards, and if I discarded any of these armed dragon cards, all of the armed dragon cards had an effect where if they were discarded due to a little dragon, they get to do something. So even if they ashed this, the armed dragon cards were adding dragon rulers and stuff. It was getting nuts. It was absolutely nuts. So
I mean, playing through Ash is pretty like characteristic of most like decks. Like I wouldn't say it's an exclusive what's called gas deck exclusive trait, you know. Like even decks people consider weak, like Orcus, like they make it a point to just play through Ash. You know, just having a secondary engine like Fiendsmith, you know, like, oh okay, you Ash Requiem, I guess I'll just normal summon my actual engine, stuff like that. So I don't know, like the Ash example makes sense because, you know, he's you know, he's illustrating that, you know, you can't just 1-for-1 in this deck, but.
the deck had a really good, solid win rate.
You bash for 2 for the baby summons? Oh yeah, that's true.
It was not a good deck. I fell for my own classic blunders of messing up a couple of key things. It had about a 66 win rate going first, not the best, and about a 33 win rate going second.
Bro, 66 is really good. Within within a lot of games, it like literally averages out to like 55, maybe 60. Like that's pretty good, all right? I think yes, if you could like in a short time span, you could be like, oh, 70, 80 is what you'd expect. So I guess that's probably what he means, but like that's almost 6-7. That's true.
Having greater than 65% win ratios going second. So
yeah,
what went
6-7.
wrong with this build? Why? What can you see what went wrong with this build? Well, I'll tell you what went wrong with my build. I'll tell you right now. Droll and Lockbird was one of the biggest things, and I didn't have a line if I got drolled. Basically, if I got drolled, I instantly lost because I did so much searching that it was a problem. So that's why that deck wasn't really good. Maybe I have to consider maybe doing like a Fiend line or like a small gold Sark engine or something like that. Something that can play under Droll. You know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing these out there. Maybe Fiendsmith's the best option, but you do need something to play under Droll.
Yeah, Malice. Oh yeah, in that like short sample, Malice getting 80 is like like Malice is like the GOAT.
Which was really hindering the win rate.
Yeah, you're right. Like
I didn't really have good things to go into after like 1-2 summons. I was thinking now maybe I should add like this card right here because a lot of my cards can add Wind Dragons. So maybe this, because now this kind of gives me some interaction. If I get Fualo, so I'm not giving my opponent 20 cards, I could just end with this in my hand, or go into a Herratic Heavenly Spheres, and I kind of put this card in a little bit late. But
Goliath.
Special summon into, so I kind of, you saw me add that in there, and that's kind of like added in now, but I didn't really get to try it that much. And the only time Herratic Sphere went into this, and now it kind of locked them from special summoning.
It's that freaking Droll.
It was against 10-5, and I still got the guy.
I know.
Couldn't have 0 attack.
Why is Jesse whispering?
I need to figure out better lines to play into Maxine. That's the biggest problem of gas-based builds. But what do I do when I'm talking about that? Well, I went to my friends in the Discord, right? I have a Discord, by the way, if you like this kind of stuff, talking about different ways we can play.
That's the Dashi meme, right?
That's where all the information, and we have a lot of deck builders, very smart guys, smarter than me. Oh my gosh, and I went to law school, and these guys are smarter than me, I'm telling you, in the Discord. We all help each other build.
Okay, I have my bachelor's, my master's, and there's like people smarter than me. All right, it happens.
I do stream on Twitch and YouTube every Monday and Wednesday.
You regret crafting the one Miradora? I feel like Miradora is super potential man. He's giga potential man. I love the fact that he can prevent towers from activating their effects. But then when he's normal summon, he's an activated effect, and then your opponent can just like respond to it. It's his meme, nice. This has been a while since I fucked with Jesse.
What some of my friends were doing, and then if you want to see me on Twitch, come see it, and I'll do some crazy Dragon Ruler stuff or something. I was doing that. I'm trying to make it work. We're gonna make these gas-based builds work because it's very interesting. But I went to the Discord and I have some experts, and let's take it from the experts on how to properly do a gas-based build. All right, hello. Teemo is going first. Teemo, known for League of Legends. You know what I'm saying? I know that little mouse guy. What do we got here? What are you going into, by the way?
Is this really? Isn't Teemo with 2 E's? Could this be a different Teemo?
Gonna start with some hero plays. Normally that's really toxic, but no, we're gonna go into
fuck. Not this deck.
Here.
I literally fucking lose to this deck every fucking time I go second to this.
That's also actually really devastating because Ryuge, known for if it's able to combo off, has a 90% chance. That's right, you heard me. 90% chance, uninterrupted chance of victory. Its victory percent chance is 90%. Because it gets Varudris, which has an 80%.
Teemo was a teacher.
We're gonna send Carbon get onto the graveyard too, so you know some crazy stuff is going on. So while he gets this Ryuge,
I literally never. Part of it is because not just because they have hand trap installation to protect their main play with the field spell, but also they just crutch on the stupid continuous spell, the one that banishes from field. I'm like, bruh. I mean, they end on a Varudras, which is fair, but bruh.
Summon to the graveyard, plus a lot of deadly stuff here. Don't worry about what they do, because they're going to mostly get rid of themselves and cause a lot of trouble. Just know that they're bringing out a lot of 10s, and a lot of 10 bodies are going to be coming from that. What does our player have? Our player here is Sosidia, known in the Master Duel community for his Gamecell Sea Turtle icon, and mostly known for using Crystal Beast to break boards. Very known for his, he is a gas duelist, believes in the all-gas philosophy, you know what I'm saying, of playing, and has a good mix of gas and board breakers to play and run the game. Oh, I just dropped my controller. We're going to... Maxi is just here for some reason. What just happened? Why is he maxing? And Varudris in the background of Maxi coming out.
Why did he save this?
Yes, like I was saying, this guy, very good in the community, very well known, and very smart player. So if you need any help or tips, please feel free to seek him out. He's a very helpful person in the community. But what is going on? I'm just seeing some crazy stuff here. Cosmic Blazar Dragon has now just hit the field. Win rate at the time of appearance, I don't know if you guys saw that. That said 86% chance. This card card has an 86% chance when it appears, just like that. When you see its animation, you already lost. So that means you already lost. This card also has a crazy, like 85% win rate. So right now, with all of these cards combined, this Solcidia has probably about a 5% chance of winning. A normal player would have a 5%.
I mean, let's see. You can pitch Rainbow Bridge. You have a Gameciel. This actually makes things a lot simpler. He also blocked his pen scales, by the way. I don't even know if this guy has follow-up after this. Bruh.
Chance of winning. But let's see what's going on here, because he does have Gameciel the Sea Turtle Kaiju immediately getting rid of the Cosmic Blazar Dragon. Cosmic Blazar now. He also has Eldritch the Golden Lord, which lets him send a card from his hand to the graveyard, target a card on the field, and send it to
Okay,
the
so
graveyard.
does this guy even have interaction besides... What are we watching? Jesse Perez, the GOAT. Birds arrive.
So he's getting rid of 2 of his opponent's biggest omni negates right away, just like that. Basically like 2 imperms. But of course he's going to negate that. He's not going to let that happen. He's not going to let his Varu just go to the graveyard. So that Eldritch is going to get negated. And now, because Eldritch...
I guess the tricky part is this continuous spell.
You get to add a field spell and a Crystal Beast card. Remember, he specializes in the Crystal Beast. But
Oh, shoot. Does this say monsters only get banished? Hold on, what the fuck is this card called? Oh my god, I hate this card. It's like something wins or something. Worm wins. Yeah, it's monsters. It's literally monsters. Okay, so he's gonna have access to Doom Dragon. That is actually Doom Dragon's a very good card. So I mean I was like, why? Like, I think that's gonna make the difference too. Wins. Yeah, wins. Yeah, Wormgut arrive. Okay, so this makes a lot more sense. Why he's able to break this board.
Gets Droll and Lock birded. This is the biggest problem with gas-based builds, because now you cannot add cards from the deck to the hand anymore. And
he already secured
Wedju. So Temple is here. At least that does let him set one of his Crystal Beasts and the Ascension. He's going to use Foolish Burial now to send.
Oh my goodness, this card's fucking good. Holy shit. Wait, this card's insane. All right, so that makes a lot of sense.
The Wandering Titan of Tartarus. What is going on here? Oh, this is one of the best board breakers, and a very hidden board breaker at that. So he just sent.
Okay, so it ended up this card making the difference. All right.
3 cards to the graveyard. Why? If this card is sent from the deck to the graveyard, which he did with Foolish.
He's not just an Omni Negate. The guy has like 2 other good effects. He's just a really good card. You know, I mean, people treat him like, you know, because he's generic rank 10. You just plop him on the field and negate stuff. You know, but I feel like this card is just very, very like, he's like a Swiss Army knife in general. Like you can use him on the draw. You know, he has sizable stats. You can like attack over something and pop something. It's like very, very non-trivial.
You control as possible to the graveyard, and if you do,
Tartar Sauce,
then
yeah.
send cards your opponent controls to the graveyard up to the number of sent cards. By this effect, neither player can activate monster effects in response to this activation. So he can't activate monster effects. He can do spell and trap effects. And what's very interesting too was he had a floodgate going on here too. Any monster sent from the field to the graveyard during opponent's turn is banished instead. That is why, by the way, the Cosmic Blazar went to the banish zone while that happened. So that's absolutely devastating. Yeah, so now he's got Crystal Beast gonna happen here, and that's gonna get negated too, because he's got Forbidden Droplet, gonna give him back.
Oh my goodness. I think I think it's over.
Your Sea Turtle, and of course it's going to negate this card. So that's
why did he pop this? Why do you like? Okay.
Gonna get negated. All right. But what do we got here? We've got this Millennium card that's just coming out for whatever reason. These 2 cards. What are we gonna go into here? We're going into SP Little Knight here. SP Little Knight, and as soon as she came, she's gone. All right. So we're not in the top deck situation, which I thought we were gonna be. We're going into Soul Day.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. All right.
This is a deadly card. Let's put a equip card from your deck to the graveyard. Imagine, remember, the golden rule is an equip card to the Crystal Beast.
SP Little Butt. Would you ever do a drinking game where you sip every time it says absolutely devastating?
This is perhaps one of the most deadly cards to resolve in the game, because look at how much advantage this does. Place 2 Crystal Beast monsters. Count it, 2 from your deck in the continuous.
You sold, yeah.
Remember, he cannot add. We are still
one thing that was super cap. People will tell you is this isn't Infernoble, but Infernoble does not lose the draw. That shit does not. I've never seen a good Infernoble player like lose the fucking. I like to think it does, but I like legit resolve it once, and then, you know, they just fucking Renaud, bruh.
Lockbird here, and then you get to take a card from the graveyard and put that in. And by the way, this card.
Yeah, this card's crazy.
The Crystal Beast. So
this card's
Crystal
crazy.
Beast going off. And by the way, that card right there could have, for some reason, it did not want to activate its effect to push this card in the backfield. It was like, nah, you know what? You could stay here because this Doom Dragon can't push a card in the backfield. But for some reason, he's like, you know what? I like it just the way that you are. Let's find out why he did that.
The Infernoble would be good.
Because he's gonna go into Salamander.
I have no like Infernoble. I just leave it up to the goats to figure that out.
Because he can send Topaz Tiger to the graveyard, which adds himself to the hand, which special summons himself right back to the field with a heightened attack, by the way, of 3,500. Can't be destroyed by card effects too to boot. And now here comes.
Oh, he left it on the field for.
That's why he wanted to keep this.
Prom Princess. Okay.
Come back. And this combo I know from back in Snake Eyes Engine, you want an opponent's card to come back because what happens when you summon your cards? Look at this. Bada bing, bada bing.
Adizuna. Oh, you're right. It's Izuna's warrior.
Oh, by the way, this card activates yet again. You can destroy one of your cards.
Huh. We never even got to see that in CCG.
You to now just destroy a card, and because your card gets destroyed, you know who happens? You know who comes back from the depths? The Salamander Raging Phoenix comes back with a heightened attack too of the monster that was destroyed. Granted, it only had a little bit of attack, but we're boosting it up. We've got about 12k attack here, plus another monster in the backfield just to stunt on our opponent. Look at this. This was under Droll. This was under Droll. This was playing through Cosmic Lazar, playing through Varudris, playing through a Floodgate.
Another like the Fiendsmith deck, like the Fiendsmith engine is just also really really good at playing under Droll. I mean, it is pretty impressive though. Like, don't get me wrong. Golden Rule.
Sent from the field to the graveyard is banished instead, playing through Floodgates, playing through Droll, playing through whatever. That's why he got rid of Maxi. By the
way, it's like near 80%, bro.
For the follow-up, but there was no follow-up. What is going on? And he resigns, not even letting Socidia get the finishing blow because you know what? Timo had to hurry off. He's like, I've had enough of this game. I'm going back to League of Legends. And so Timo went back to League of Legends, where he's gonna plant his little mushrooms instead because that's in the games. Maybe a lot of you don't know what I'm talking about. But there's a little guy named Timo. He plants his little mushrooms. That's where he's going. Go back to your game. Go back to League of Legends. Socidia showing us how it's done with his gas-based build, baby. Let's take a look. Right here, we've got Socidia's deck list here. I hope he doesn't mind me taking a little peek, a little gander at his deck list because he did put it up for show, and I'm sure, and I know everybody's always like, "What's the deck list, man? What's the deck list?" So he got a Crystal Miracle package to go first, and a Kaiju Waterfront package to go first. So going first, what he does is he does a huge combo. He combos off into Saryuja Skull Dread and aims to special summon the Gamma-Cell Sea Turtle. That's why he runs two of them and face up defense position and get a bunch of counters on it. And what happens is that gives him
57 is a lot. Yeah, I imagine like if you're trying to support a card like Golden Rule. What is the Crystal Beast package? Damn, you have to play Woolly Mammoth and Topaz Tiger. That's rough. Also, he accepted playing like one Rainbow Dragon with this guy. Sheesh. Oh my gosh. I guess, yeah. Oh, also, okay, he's playing Bonds too. Oh, he's playing. Oh, this is nasty. Send tablet with an add back with Renaud to secure Wedju Temple. That's nasty. That's nasty. He has hand traps? Yeah. Maxi. I suppose Ash Blossom because you want the, negate the called by. Sorry, negate the Maxi. And yeah, Droll. Yeah, there's droplets too.
An Omni Negate too, so he's even got protection against a lot of stuff. So he tries to set up basically two deadly Omni Negates. By the way, this Omni Negate is like 5 Omni Negates. So going first, he's got a crazy build. Going second, look at this. He's got
Ricky Vaz gas-based build.
He's got a Rainbow
That's something he didn't mention too in the cons. Like you can play a lot of engine requirements.
Remember, this guy can also search a Pegasus too. So
to like
every single one of his cards is handpicked to break boards and to do what he needs to do. I'm telling you this right now. There is not a single wasted card in this build. That's why it's 57 cards to the T.
I'm gonna be honest, these two fucking cards suck dick. Carbuncle makes sense, I guess. I imagine you can Giga combo with these two because they're like additional level 4s. Oh my god, but these cards are so bad.
He is using the only necessary needed hand traps. He's
3 invitations make it 60? I don't think he has to.
Droll, Maxi, and Ash Blossom,
I think 57's fine. Why do you need to make it 60?
Because you saw how he did it. He absolutely was insane. And look at this. The Brilliant Fusion engine wasn't even to go into all the Gem Knight stuff. It was maybe to bait out negates, to go into this guy, and just create more bodies on the field.
Oh, he's playing Angel Kaido.
What a crazy deck you have. And this is how an example of a gas-based build works.
That actually makes... Oh, I gotta think... I gotta read this card again, but that actually makes the...
We've got
I'm the real yummy? Nah.
Absolutely incredible deck. This is an example of good gas.
Should make it 6-7.
Duelist
Okay.
A going first. Look at this. Look at what I'm talking about. Gas. Look at this.
Should have made it 52.
Look at this. They are not hard ones per turn. So if you're into this kind of stuff, you can do it. And they're quick plays, nice and easy to dodge around stuff. All right. Plus they're running the punk engine, a lot of psychic stuff. Nice. Good to play around. Maxi. We're gonna have to play around here now.
This hand beats Droll too. If you're playing Super Quants, this hand beats Droll.
You could probably chain your other ones if you want to, but he's not. Interesting, because you can do a lot of stuff. I mean, you could run a Ghost Ogre, right? Put that out. Ghost Ogre is one of the few hand traps that works.
For Compile, you'd only drop bricks.
That's interesting. They're going to go for the Serene Psychic Girl. Going to banish that Foxy Tune to get Mind Procedure, who's going to get Teleport Fusion. Putting that face down, you're going to increase its level somehow, because they're all...
MD back yet? I think in like an hour. I'll check back.
Go into this,
but it might be extended like 30 more minutes.
Okay, interesting. Now here's what else is interesting. He did not set these cards. I think you should have set one of these emergency teleports because you could have, if you're playing, I'm certain that you should be playing a Ghost
Ogre,
right? You could special summon one on your opponent's turn. Definitely a little critique there.
I usually, like, I've thought about it before, but it actually hasn't come up too much. Maybe in Punk. But like E-Telly, send Ogre. Maybe, I don't know. Have I used it in Goblin Rider? I don't know. It feels like it doesn't come up. Maybe once, but like...
Let's see anyways how this plays out. So we're already here comes the Ice Ryzeal. Gonna go into Parallel Teleport. I would be lying if I told you I knew what this thing does.
Wake up. You need to wake up. Have a good night.
Or extra deck. And if it's different, you lose life points equal to the difference. Okay. So you're gonna get a 7. You're gonna lose only 1,000. So that's nice. You're gonna get Fender. Fender's a nice psychic here. And then that's gonna.
Dude, I didn't even know you could just teleport out fucking Fender. That's actually not. Wow, what the fuck?
That's really cool. If this card sent to the graveyard, card the opponent controls, or 2 if you control a psychic monster, return that card to the hand. It's got to be a 2 if you control fusion or a synchro, so that's gonna go to the hand. And then Fender's gonna activate here to banish a card. Okay, so that's pretty cute. But here we go. Here comes Cross, and 2 more Ryzeals come out. But now we have Teleport Fusion. What's this? Now we're gonna summon a psychic by banishing material from the graveyard. Okay, or hand. Right.
Oh, he's gonna negate the summon of like Duo Drive or something. But I feel like you can force it out with like, I don't know what this guy's playing. He might not be playing Laplacian or anything like that, but yeah.
Get rid of those 2. Alright, what do these 2 cute guys make here? We're gonna go into an Axon Kicker Oracle here. Look at this. Oh, it gets a beefy attack here. And it gets a attack for 1,000 attack for Synchro, Xyz, or Link used as materials. Look at the next turn. Nice.
Does it banish what the summon it negates? Bonus E-Telly for Rover. I love the fact that he's giving Rover love. That card has always been like legit. That card is legit good. The only thing is the lock. But he plays like Snake Eye shit. Yeah, it's not a fluke that Rover like he's not trolling with Rover. That card is legit good. Why did it say my message is being checked by mods? Let me see. What the fuck? Dude, they hate your ass. Oh, there's a lock? Yeah, like when it's resummoned itself, you can't summon from the extra deck. But like he plays like OSS. There's other ways to get rid of it, to trigger it again. Also, sometimes he'll just crash it.
The Oracle here. It's also got a nice little when your opponent would special summon a monster.
Rover from Withering Waves.
Summon and banishes. So it's got a nice little defense card there. Oh, this guy loses 1,000 life points too just to make this guy come back. And there goes.
Okay, so he just banishes that. Okay, so it's to negate summon and banish. Okay. I mean, I guess he had to.
That quick effect, banish and negate right before he does get negated.
I mean, so he just 1-for-1 with the X. I mean, the X was probably going to summon a bunch of shit.
His attack. But now he's going to go into Dual Drive here. Dual Drive certainly going to add a Ryzeal to this. Going to go into this. Going to go into battle.
Huh? Is this not once per turn? Roga Fullmitsu by hitting over Rovers 3 times in a row? Rover's goated. I fucking love that card. I'm glad he's putting respect on his name.
Phase now for some reason. Why are we going to battle phase? Maybe there's something I don't know that's going on that he's afraid of. What's this? Oh, if this guy goes to the graveyard, banish a teleport, special summon.
It's negated anyway? Okay, so I don't understand. He just gave this guy like 5 billion advantage.
If this guy someone's destroyed, you could bring a psychic back. Okay, all right. Talk about gas. Talk about recursion. That's nice. All right, but oh, he's gonna stop that with the cross. Okay, gonna go into that.
Like, am I missing something?
Nothing crazy there. Now, gonna continue to combo. Oh, he's also got the Mitsurugi cards here. What are you gonna go into here now? Gonna go into Detonator. Okay. Now you can attack
what?
the material.
This is my favorite part of Jesse Perez videos. I'm always puzzled by the opponent.
And that's it. He's gonna set to an end. Now, see, I wonder why he didn't go into the.
Yes, I'm wondering the same thing, bruh. Bet these replays, please.
Feral Imps to add Habakuri. Oh, maybe he was like locked into something. Oh, he probably got himself locked into XZ's Force with his.
Wait, was he unable to resolve this? Did he draw all his Ryzeal cards?
Ryzeals. Anyways, so what's he gonna do?
Maybe. Maybe that's it.
He's gonna do that. That's gonna pop. Okay. So it's gonna pop, stop. Okay, so the Fender play is gone.
Why did he? Bro, that Fender traded with like 2 interactions. Holy shit. Even if he couldn't do any plays, this play was not it.
Vanishing. Now that's gonna go to attack mode. That's gonna special summon there. She's a pretty strong effect when she acted. Well, he's gonna just destroy it. But this probably special summons level 4 lower psychic monster. Very interesting. So yeah, there's a lot of gas going on here. You just banish that and stuff. Get this mind procedure guy out. Look at
This seems like something you'd want to cross negate.
Playing through another deck. Look at this. He just keeps detonating all of his stuff, but he's got so much gas. It doesn't matter. He's getting this teleport back. He just keeps going. He's like the Energizer Bunny, baby. I love it. What are you gonna go into now? Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Gas keeps going. Gonna go into the Psychic Blaster Mach 2. You can target a banished monster, summon it to your field. Now you got a 9 and 2. 9 plus 2 equals 11.
Okay.
And there's one psychic monster I know that can always come
Punisher.
out.
All right.
Punisher. That's a lot of attack, baby. And his gas isn't. He's still going. He's not done yet. What is this Punk gonna do? Punk's gonna make him lose a little bit more life points. He's at 200 life points left.
Amazing Dragon? Oh, Jiraisha.
Shashin, the Cursed Thunder God, which gives him interaction during your opponent's turn. Oh, he's got to pay a lot of life points and tribute this. But every time your opponent activates a card effect, he does gain life points and resolves. So he could gain a bit back, and he could pay 1,500 and either destroy all face-up monsters opponent controls or all face-up spells and traps opponent controls. Very interesting. But he's gonna go right to the battle phase. I don't even know if he needs to do any of this because these traps, nothing affects this guy because his life points are so
He's
low.
one with Pav? I know. He just had an aura farm with Mr. Sexy Jira.
This Synchro Summon card is unaffected by opponent's activated effects, so it doesn't even matter what these cards say, really. And then, he could pay 1,000 life points, but he doesn't have that. Target a monster you control and the card your opponent controls, banish them. Okay, nope. But at the start of the battle phase, make this card gain attack equals to the difference between your life points and your opponent's. That's how this guy gets so big, baby. And you left him right in attack mode against a psychic deck. That's kind of devastating. And so yeah, it doesn't matter what these cards are. Maybe actually, fun fact, Daruma Karma Cannon would be an out here because you could flip this guy face down, and then that guy would have to be forced to go to the graveyard because it's affecting the player, not the cards. But here we go. You don't have Daruma Karma Cannon. You're getting Karma Cannon to the face. You're taking
This does not need to be face down. He can flip his other shit face down.
I wonder, and I think he could even have played it better. Like I'm saying, he could have had the Ghost Ogre that I think he could have utilized with the teleport. Look, he still had a teleport available. So there was a lot of even gas to be improved on this. So gas builds, really good when they're not under Maxi or Fuwalu or something, or Droll. Because gas builds can keep going.
For what's worth, this guy was under Maxi at the very beginning.
You saw how he played under Maxi there. So as long as you do your builds right, you could play under Maxi, and like the other guy before, you could play under Droll. So very good decks, very good duels. Thumbs up to both of you, and that's how you do a gas build. I gotta work on my Dragon Ruler build now to see if I can play under Droll and Maxi because I love just keep churning and churning until my opponent cannot do it anymore. Oh, and before I go, this is his deck list. If
I don't see an ogre. There's no ogre.
you guys wanted to see, he is not playing Ghost Ogre, which I think is a mistake as one of these hand traps. I think you should replace one of these.
Having to draw 3 telly.
Ogre card, because then when you get in situations like this, you can use emergency teleport to summon a Ghost Ogre on your opponent's turn. So that's just one card. I think you take out Nib. Nib's an absolutely awful card.
Is this Pog?
Stream last week where I was using.
I mean, I don't want like the build's cool.
Awful every time I had it.
Like
it didn't help me at all.
Psychics getting their time in the sun is cool. You know, it's just it's like here's my point. Like he uses these replays to illustrate his points. I'm just like, bruh. The Crystal Beast guy was pretty cool. All right, whatever. All right, I already saw these fucking clowns. What's next? Fallen the Virtuous is absurdly good. And we have Uppies. Okay, so I'm guessing he's just gonna talk a lot about this card we don't have in Master Duel. Are they cool? They're pretty cool. They're like tribute summon focused, and they lock you out of the extra deck. But they generate quite a bit of advantage. So I don't know if they're gonna be splashable engine. They have this weird interruption effect. Like this synchro, whenever this guy's these guys can be cheated out. The extra deck monsters, all the spells and the traps, summon 2 of them. So you can like tribute this guy, and then he returns all synchro monsters in the field and graveyard, which is not like this is pretty strong. Statement about monarchs being clowns, yes. Okay. So this guy's gonna talk about Fallen the Virtuous. This card's pretty good. I like this card too.
So on my last video, which got an insane amount of
Oh, this is the fucking can a Magic player learn Yu-Gi-Oh? And it turns out this guy already has like somewhat prior knowledge of Yu-Gi-Oh. I imagine Magic already counts as like, but whatever. So this guy. It wasn't a bad video, I'm just saying. That question gets asked all the fucking time, and most of the time the answer is yes. Like, I don't think Yu-Gi-Oh's hard, but it's not fucking impossible for someone with card game knowledge to like pick it up.
support, by the way. Thank you so much. Really honestly meant the world to me. And a lot of you who resonated with my enjoyment of the themes in Yu-Gi-Oh! All unanimous.
That was the cool part of his video. It was very, very like it was pretty positive, you know, like despite its flaws, you know, he even has a segment, obligatory segment where he like says fuck Maxi. But even with despite the faults, you know, he had something, you know, nice to say, you know. You ever answer why his account was level 35 as a new player? I don't think he's ever done it. Wait, are people like putting him under the microscope for that? 35 is not trivial. Yu-Gi-Oh looks intimidating than it actually is. That's part of my, because like if you asked me about Magic, I think Magic looks intimidating. But people assure me that it's not so bad. You just gotta, you know. No, they did not tell me to lock in, but like they said like you can probably pick it up. He answered in his video description? There's no way he's under the microscope for that. Okay, fine. People investigate. Oh my god, Firefox, come on. I only have 4 tabs open. It's not that hard. Oh my god. We might have a crash on our hands. L Wi-Fi? I'm not dropping frames. Bro. Oh my god, it's just this fucking tab. You're willing to put a time in the game, you learn it eventually? Yeah, I think that's probably the bottom line. Oh, in description. The account itself is in a month of a credit account. April 2021 on the request of Yu-Gi-Oh players. My goals back then, I basically opened the game, got some started, and closed. Late August, those same players wanted me to give me the game another shot, and they sat over and told me what deck to build, what cards to play, and when to play them, but they never really explained to me the why for the plays that they made. So I didn't really learn anything because I had about 6 seasons Yu-Gi-Oh standing over my telling me exactly what to play. The entirety of the September Duelist Cup. And I didn't complain because they gave me free gems. Late November is when I truly of my Yu-Gi-Oh shot. I mean, it's fine. I mean, this is not like... Yeah, if he got coached, I don't really... I mean, he got exposed to the card game, but I wouldn't, like... I wouldn't say he's, like... I would take him for his word. Like, he didn't actually learn anything. If you have people just, like... what's the phrase? Hand and brain? If he's the hand and, like, 6 people are the brains, you're just gonna click button. Yeah, went hard, really hard, multiple all-nighters. My job has a lot of downtime, so I was able to spend 10 to 12 hours per day. Okay, this is insane. This is actually not typical. This is really insane. I mean, it goes to show, maybe it goes to show how fun Yu-Gi-Oh is to him. Only non-card. Oh, he's a RuneScape player. Oh my fucking god. That makes sense. He's a RuneScape player. Fake newbie. This is very, very, very atypical, though. Like, he must have been enthralled by Yu-Gi-Oh! This is crazy. Bless the mobile client. I was easily putting 18 hours a day between the start of December and end of December. I didn't even consider making this a video until I was already in Diamond. Somebody mentioned I want to try it and be YouTubers would be good for... Yeah, grinding's in the genes. Yeah. So like, it goes back to what Rez with X was saying. Like, if you're willing, if you have the, you know, aptitude to learn the game, you'll probably learn it. Yeah, but I've said before, I think Magic looks scary to me, but it's not like. I think I just need a little push.
Did one single thing, and that's
He sounds insanely fun. Yeah.
Instead of just sticking my face in the corner and reacting to it, I want to do it my way. So I would be honored if you guys would be willing to join me in this retrospective look at the Fallen and Virtuous anime.
Oh, he's talking about the anime, not the card? Okay. I didn't realize this was an anime review.
So our story starts in the nation of Dogmatica. Well, I mean, they say nation, but it looks like their whole civilization is built on one singular mountain, but whatever. And this shit looks like Anor Londo. It's like I'm walking into Dark Souls right now. And after a few pretty nice exhibition shots, we're introduced to the Dogmatica. This is basically an Evangelius group that worships the Stigmata, I think. And we see them performing a ceremony of some kind. And this ceremony introduces our first main character into the story, Ecclesia. So
Oh, I learned
Ecclesia.
this character here is female. What is this? Yeah, this is Joel. I learned that. I don't know. Fuck. The character for male is kind of hard for me to remember, but.
So it's here staring
White Wakanda forever.
Probably thinking generic shonen protagonist thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to see the world. And my favorite, I wish everyone would just stop killing each other. And I guess they're having some sort of parade out there in celebration of what's happening. By the way, side note, where are these flower petals coming from? We had a few exhibition shots of the landscape already, and I didn't see a single plant. This whole thing is a concrete jungle. And then this armored
Favorite male is kind of hard.
Fleur. And Fleur here.
No, I don't know. The character for girl, I don't know. It just like draws my eye. It's something. It's very unique.
Even telling us her name.
I'll probably learn.
I literally met you
What is it, Don? I think is
there to show. But I get it. It's
that
to show
specific
Fleur
character,
and Fleur have a
Don.
long history together. So they have a conversation about how she wants to make Dogmatica proud and make sure she lives up to her nation's expectations. And oh man, look, I actually called it. She just wants to know why we can't all be friends. And Fleur, with a smile on her face, calls her stupid. But it's a pretty heartfelt moment together for what it's worth, which then gets interrupted because this giant vagina opens up in the sky. And as vaginas do, it gives birth to a motherfucking dragon. Hey, Fleur, that's just a shield. Oh, okay, I guess you're good. Oh, the sword is in the shield. All right, on to the dumb one now. So after getting absolutely flexed on, Ecclesia decides to jump into action as well. And I gotta say, that hammer is pretty sick as fuck. I hope we get to see her use it. So Ecclesia musters the courage to find who or what was just birthed from the sky. And when the dust finally settles, we see our second main character, Albaz. And now shit looks like it's about to get real. And that hammer just got even cooler. I hope we get to see it. So Ecclesia asks who he is, but he just had his effect negated by Fleur, so he just falls over and tries to crawl away. And after seeing Fleur absolutely dice this guy, she decides to ignore everything she talked about as far as making Dogmatica great again is, put her weapon down and try to help Albaz. Now cutting back to our armored mommy over here, she uses some sort of magic eye ability, which basically just magnifies her vision to what about a Walmart binocular set can do. And as she approaches the impact site, suddenly she gets shot at. And a fight now breaks out between Fleur and this new guy, Shurag. And Shurag literally brought a gun to a knife fight and is losing. And honestly, this is a really cool action sequence right here. Now, cutting back to the ground, who the fuck are you guys? So I guess while this is going on, the Dogmatica are at war with some sort of furry group, and they're currently on a special operation. Seems to be covert, but because the sky opened up in
Shurag, yeah, Shurag.
Apparently their plans got a little botched up, and these guys decide to head off to be a diversion. Now back to our main duo here. The Dogmatica arrive and ask Ecclesia to step aside. Wait, what? You literally just talked about how you hope to make your nation proud and meet their expectations. They literally just had this huge ceremony for you and a parade like an hour ago. This is your first chance to prove yourself. What do you mean, no? And also, without any explanation, the furries jump in as well. Who they are?
I don't know what to say. That's just the Albaz Riz.
And then the camera pans out and we see the face-off. On one side, we have furries with guns, and on the other side, we have zealots with dragon claws, with Albaz and Ecclesia stuck right in the middle. All right, finally some context. So these guys are called the Tri-Brigade. And holy shit, these guys are packing heat. Is that a fucking rocket launcher? And what's with the guy with the crossbow? Like, do they not consider Bro part of the team? Like, it almost feels like they were preparing at their camp beforehand. Like, hey guys, do any of you guys need a gun? We're trying to get everyone ready. Oh, fuck. We might not have any guns left. Hold on, let me check. You know what? Here, take this instead. Good luck in the fight, buddy. But according to Bro here, apparently all these guys have done wrong is not have the mark of the Stigmata. So I'm on Tri-Brigade's side. Who are they? Bro, who are you? We've had like 6 characters so far with 1 character introduction. So Ecclesia starts begging to spare Albaz despite meeting him like 45 seconds ago. And then we start to get a little more context on how the Dogmatic are basically just professional racists. And yeah, Ecclesia, I think you're outnumbered here. I'm pretty sure they want to fight. And so the Dogmatica asks the question that's been burning inside their racist little mind: why help brown person? And thankfully, Ecclesia has kind of a brain and tells them to stop being so goofy. And of course, that man did not take that well, being a professional racist.
Fractal has
So this man
1900.
proceeds
That's
to open
true.
up his own hand vagina, which makes Ecclesia's head glow and gives her a headache to match. Like, dude, you were literally calling her lady like 5 seconds ago. You do not give any fucks about her, though. So at the last second, Albaz jumps in front of the hand vagina, and it fires an ancient Egyptian laser beam. Is it a portal? Is it weapon? Is it magic? I don't know. But Albaz eats that shit like a champ. And this seems to trigger a transformation in Albaz that turns him into a different dragon. And bro here is absolutely shook. He's just standing there like, well, this was not in the magic manual. He also mentioned something about the stigmata being devoured, but before that neuron could finish firing, the wrinkle in his brain smoothed back out, and he just ordered his goons on Albaz and the Tri Brigade. And those goons start getting worked. Like, who would have thought that dragon claws are not practical? Also, ew, wait, are these guys puppets? That's actually kind of really on theme. So Tri Brigade gets in there and shows us that guns are effective in anime, but to them, this whole gunfight is still just a diversion. So cutting back to Fleur and Shurag, we see that Shurag is getting absolutely smacked around. Oh shit, juked by a mechanical bird. So much for those magic magnifying eyes. And then we get this really cool ass shot. Be honest with me, guys. How many of you paused this frame, took a screenshot, and made it your wallpaper? Bro, that did literally nothing. I was so hyped for you, and all you did was char her armor. And right before phase 2 of this boss battle kicks off, the Dogmatica calls for all their forces to retreat. And unlike Ecclesia, Fleur takes orders. Like, damn, dude, you had every advantage, and you still got cooked. So back on the ground now, it's absolute chaos. And within that chaos, Ecclesia ends up taking a stray gunshot while she's lying down taking a nap. And for the second time now, Aurigo Albaz jumps in front of the danger to save Ecclesia. And then you know what this guy does? He just turns around and goes home. It's like the man's shift just ended and overtime's not worth it to him. And then Albaz transforms back into not a dragon. So confused about what happens, the Tri Brigade regroups, and they inform us that the rescue mission of this bird was apparently successful. They ask about what to do with Ecclesia and Albaz, and Shurag just decides to save her? Like, you did not see anything that just happened here. And she's a high-ranking member of the enemy military. And without any context whatsoever, you're gonna take her back to your secret hideout? I don't know, I just feel like that's asking for trouble. In the next scene, we see Ecclesia slowly waking up in a tent, very confused about where she is, and she steps out to touch grass in the first time in her life. But that moment of touching grass gets cut short because the Tri Brigade want to ask her a few questions. And instead of questions, we get a flashback of what literally just happened and how Tri Brigade saved her and Albaz. And during that flashback, Ecclesia gets psychically excommunicated, declaring her no longer to be the virtuous vessel. This gives her another glowing headache, and she's back on the ground. Good talk.
So he's just gonna summarize the whole.
So now it seems like we time-lapsed a bit. I'm assuming a lot of time has gone by here. Oh, nope, never mind. It's actually just been a morning.
Oh, man.
So Ecclesia and Farragut, by the way, her name's Farragut. I had to look it up because they never told us her name. Had this honestly really nice conversation about how if you save someone, you should see it through, which was a nice change of pace because I was expecting a power of friendship speech. Shurag also gives Albaz the rundown on how Ecclesia was exiled from her homeland.
It's just classic
to save her,
YouTube.
and Albaz responds by grunting, so based. Shurag also gives Albaz this bird that they apparently worked so hard to retrieve, saying ominous things like, "It's dangerous to go alone. Take this." And as they begin to part ways, the Tri Brigade tells our duo about the Spriggans, who apparently have helped the Tri Brigade before in the past. And since the Spriggans helped the Tri Brigade in the past, they'll surely help our duo, right? And I have to say, the amount of blind, unearned trust that people have in Ecclesia is honestly astounding. Oh, and when Ecclesia thanks Farragut for saving her, we get a flashback instead of...
I really like his humor. Yeah, that's probably hit or miss.
The Spriggans, blindly.
Oh yeah, the hand. Yeah. Hand vagina. Okay.
Where we find out Albaz is basically a blank slate, like entirely. No name, no memories, no idea what's even going on. This guy is just along for the ride. And in the evening, while sitting around a campfire, Ecclesia remarks on how she's never touched grass before and how beautiful grass is. And you know how this guy responds? He doesn't even look at her and basically just says, "I can't relate." And they talk a little more, and Ecclesia decides that he's very kind despite him not even looking at her. He's literally giving you the cold shoulder at every chance he's got. But you know what? If you grew up with your childhood role model being a professional
playable on MD? Yeah, we'll see.
Ecclesia then asks him about a name because it is inconvenient not having a name.
We'll
and
see our
basically
polls.
Goes, "I don't care. You name me." And so Ecclesia thinks for a moment and gives him the name And after a long trek through the desert, our duo finally reached their destination.
You grab your doobie to put on my MD. Nice.
I don't really like them. I just think they're a little annoying. It's just a personal thing. We then get introduced to a new character named Kit. And I'll be honest here, I am so glad
Not
Kit
playing
decided to
Yummy?
tie up
Oh,
their duo.
okay.
Finally, someone with some self-preservation instinct. These guys probably fit the Ginyu Force meme better than the last one. And if you've ever seen the scientist inventor trope in anime, then you know Kit's personality pretty much to a T. Finally, the ship's captain comes out and Ecclesia pleads her case to the captain, hoping that the Spriggans might be able to protect Albaz. And apparently, all they need to do to win their trust is win a race. But until that race comes, our duo is stuck being deckhands. And we get this nice little montage of them working on the ship. Ecclesia helps maintain the robots, and Albaz does whatever this is. But I mean, the man is a lobotomy patient. He's doing his best. This just in, robots apparently sleep. Oh wait, is that dust monster that just crawled out of Spriggans? That honestly makes more sense. Next we get this gorgeous landscape shot of Ecclesia traveling through the desert Titanic style. And Kit decides to give Ecclesia a pair of goggles, which I guess will be important. And then Kit tells us that the race is going to be today. And if this race is anything like the action sequences we've seen so far, I'm pretty excited. And the very next scene, we see the race. Quick side note, I really want to see this conversation. Like, what led to them deciding that this man, who knows and understands literally nothing, should drive? It's like Ecclesia just went up to Kit like, hey, you see him over there? I know you guys have been doing a great job teaching him the difference between colors and numbers, so much so that I think he should drive. So Ecclesia calls out some incoming rockets and they dodge and weave. And then, wait, they won? Wait, you're telling me that we skipped the race? You're telling me that a montage of Albaz doing this was in the budget, but not a montage of the race? It seemed to be a pretty important race, but whatever. And just like that, while sitting in a pile of gems, our duo is named Honorary Spriggans. And at least this trust was won with treasure and action and not just blindly given to them. Is this thanks to everyone, Ecclesia? Because we kind of just skipped it, right? And in typical Albaz style, he's just chilling here and couldn't care less. He probably doesn't even know what treasure is. But that celebration is cut short when news of Golconda is coming, who apparently everyone except me and Albaz knows who he is. And that's a big boy. Clearly triggered something in Albaz too. Look, he even has the vaginas all over his neck. Neck vaginas. And then Albaz has this Sailor Moon-esque transformation scene, which is honestly really good. It looks great. Yeah. And so the kaiju battle between two monsters begins. And I say that, but holy shit, Albaz is an ant to this thing. Like, look how small he is. Golconda's tooth is bigger than the entirety of Albaz. And honestly, if a bug bit me on the lip right here, I'd probably react the same way, so valid. Well, bye, Kit. Oh, she's fine. She's doing the eye swirly thing, which never means the injury's serious. And after one more decisive blow, this fight ends in a draw. Golconda kind of decides to just fuck off, and Albaz is honestly not looking too hot. But when all hope is lost, these guys show up. Who are these guys? I don't know. Oh wait, she's actually here to kill Albaz. Maybe she's not the good guy. This is also a sick shot. How many of you paused it and made this your wallpaper too? Realizing the danger, Ecclesia decides to run towards Albaz. Just as he protected her, she was now going to protect him. And with kindness, a warm heart, and another flashback, Ecclesia manages to
red.
And he then reverts to a not on fire version of the dragon. Like seriously, who are these people? They just showed up, threatened Albaz, and said nothing. In the credit sequence, we see Ecclesia hugging this stranger, and I'm like 99% sure that.
Do we know Theo and Auden from the anime?
Dogmatica her whole life before this. Like real talk, Naruto could probably learn a thing or two from Ecclesia about talk no jutsu. This girl should honestly be dead like 5 times over. But after a hug and a smile, the strangers just leave, and we get one last montage of Ecclesia celebrating.
He didn't recognize her as Fleur-de-Lis, actually.
Albaz then gets demoted to a flying mount, which is very confusing because I thought the whole reason they went to the Spriggans was to protect Albaz. But our duo say their final goodbyes, and our final shot is our duo flying off with fireworks in the background. For now, it seems like the story ends here. And to be honest, I really love what Konami is doing with this. They tapped into what seems like could be an infinite well of possibilities. I just wish it had a longer runtime because 6 minutes an episode was not nearly long enough to give us the depth that they were trying to portray. But it left me wanting more, which I guess is the point of a season premiere. But what do you guys think? Was this peak Yu-Gi-Oh animation? I guess we'll see with the Charmers that they put out next. Anyway, I'm George. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. Bye.
He just summarized. Oh my god, I'm sick. He just summarized that.
So first of all, really, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you guys so much. The reaction to my first video was...
Yeah, it was no problem. Who cares about Charmers? Do you know they're super popular? They're insanely popular. You have no idea. I think only like Dark Magician Girl mogs Charmers. Charmers mog all your fucking waifus, bruh. Like genuinely, like they win every fucking poll, popularity poll in JP. Smash that like button, sure. Where's the sure, like OG OCG waifu archetype. That actually might be true, actually. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. What's next? Okay, so he just summarized it, which is like not like my favorite type. I don't watch. I try not to watch that. ROCG got charmed. Yes. So I guess in 30 minutes. Oh my god, this is gonna be good. Uninstall Pokemon Legends ZA. I'm serious. Thumbnail says I'm not kidding. It's an hour? I'm not watching this. I'm not watching that. Yeah, okay. Okay, Joshua Schmidt plus. They killed Yummy on release? Buttymon. And then thumbnail you can barely see is nah, this is good. Rage bait. Yeah, it's definitely rage bait. This title is also it's over an hour. There's another video essay I was more interested in seeing. It's just called A Frustrated Critique of Mega Dimension Legends EA DLC. Because I do have my grievances with it. But it's not like the end of the world or anything. Josh is on Apple Plus. He sold out. Alright. I've already heard the complaints about the ban list, pre-hitting Yummy and all that stuff. Like, comparing it to Malice, I think it's stupid to compare it to Malice because it's like, what, you want them not to pre-hit anymore? Like, Malice probably is not a precedent you want to repeat anyway, so like just pointing it out just makes no sense. Or pointing it out and like finding it amusing is different. If you're genuinely mad that like Yummy got hit and Malice didn't, I just think you just found a way to.
Chickpeas?
Ooh, I'll take some chickpeas. Oh, okay.
They look like corn nuts.
They do actually. Yeah, they are warm. What the heck?
Yeah, they were roasted.
Oh shoot! Where'd you get like the? You're good. I'll take some right now. People mad because they can't play Pure, but I think Pure is playable. That's the best part. That's the best part. Okay, if you find amusing, okay, so I'll just reiterate. If you find it amusing that Malice did not get hit. And Yummy did, that's fine. I'm not gonna, that's not what I think it's appropriate to hit these decks. And some of these don't, these hits are probably not gonna born out to an unplayable deck. So. K9 Joko will be semi. Yeah, I feel like Izuna, but if Joko gets hit, but then, makes sense.
Why did Yummy come with pre-hits but Malice didn't? Because that's the right thing to do. We can talk about that right now, actually. I had it planned for a little bit later, but Yummy is coming out tomorrow, as of, right now. And this is what's going to happen.
Malice need the help, weak rogue deck,
Semi-Limit
true.
Snatchy and Semi-Limit Marshmallow from the new cards, which, first of all, confirms that both of those cards are ultra rares, but I'm gonna be honest with you, Yummy was always gonna have a bunch of ultras. I guess this is nice because it means from the get-go, okay, these are gonna be add 2, so that reduces the amount.
I mean, like, the one takeaway, like, okay, I don't get to play 3 Marshmallow. The difference between 2 and 3 is kind of something. Because Marshmallow is kind of irreplaceable. But if you really wanted to, you could play Pyrrhus Rave map, okay? If you really, really wanted to. Not for Marshmallow specifically. You can get it for Cupsy and by Virtue, that's other copies of. Actually, do you even search? Yummy way searches this shit. So I don't know. Maybe it's not even that big a deal. It's just like having it as a raw extender. Yeah. Also, not having to craft them is kind of nice too. Yeah. That's the positive spin you could put on this. Like, yeah, it's cheap. It's slightly cheaper. I don't know. That 60 UR could make the difference. Cupid Pitch, Cupid Pitch could search Marshmallow, but I actually don't know the combo, how to put it in rotation. Because I think you have to control like beasts, so I don't know what you do with the Cupid Pitch afterwards. But that is true.
The ultras you need slightly, at least. And you pair that with the fact that, remember, not just hits to the new cards, but also they already pre-hit on the last Forbidden Limited List update.
What I'll be interested in is what they pre-hit in the future. Because, yeah, if they pre-hit K9, okay, so maybe they're setting a precedent. They're going back to pre-hitting more aggressive. Because before they were not pre-hitting shit, all right? Like Super Heavy Samurai, they did ban the one Super Heavy Samurai FTK card, but Wakaushi came in raw. We playing Colossus with Savage, or is that Cope? I don't know about Colossus. Maybe Savage, but even then, I don't know. I've heard people say like you probably don't have the extra deck space, but maybe you do with the second statue. Who knows? I am not a Yummy expert at all, but you used to grow up to get the search in the first place. That's true. Kind of do it without Hoppier, but it's harder. Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I don't know if you play Colossus though. Like that seems like extra like sauce on an already good board. But I guess you could. Maybe there's a matchup where you would want the Colossus, but well, there was something else I wanted to say about this, but what deck in the future that I'll be interested to see if they pre-hit? If they pre-hit Vanquish Soul, I wouldn't be too upset actually. Like if they're introducing K9 with Vanquish Soul along with Holly Sue, I wouldn't be too upset at like a Rosin limit. I don't think it's gonna be unplayable or anything like that. Even with the stake, even if we had the TCG hits, I think you could still probably make it work. But I think you would need a bigger K9 package. K9 or VS. So that's what I'd be interested in if they pre-hit VS. Hey, you're seeing those Search and Draw Colossus is never bad, but like you have to play a bad card to run it. Like that's the questionable part. Like okay, you can cut one hand trap for a Colossus, but like oh shoot, Sparky, thank you for the follow. Only Holly Sue would be hit out of these. That'd be interesting because that Holly Sue getting semi'd actually makes a difference. Like okay, you can search it with Rosin or whatever, but you act like one of the most frustrating aspects of Holly Sue is the turn 0 steal like just interacting. As much as people glaze turn 0 hand traps, Holly Sue is not like interactive. All right, literally you need impulse or you're cooked. They should hit K9. I think they should, and I think like they should probably, and I think people will have more reason. I don't know. Will people complain if they don't hit K9 VS? I think you should complain. I guess if you're gonna compare to Malice and all that, I think you should also complain if K9 VS also does. VS gets hit or something. I think yeah, but yeah, Holly Suda too. I wouldn't be upset at that either because I'm a Vanquish Soul player, by the way. So like I'm not gonna ignore the fact that like fucking Holly Sue on your turn set up my whole board. You didn't draw Impulse T. You couldn't even like do anything. It's really messed up. It doesn't happen often, but like those games just are not great. K9 gets 6 free hits, but Malice got none. So I would be surprised if they don't. I'm just saying, like if there's crickets with when they don't get hit. So there's just like a lot of like branching paths, okay? Because they might just get hit and then doesn't have waifu, it will be hit unlike Malice. Holly Sue's a waifu, all right? Don't get me. I've seen people. She doesn't have Charmer motion, but
Also goes into effect tomorrow. They banned Obedience School, they limited Herald of the Arclight, and they limited Hornet.
Rosin is husband though.
All hits directed at Yami. So Yami
DD support? Yeah, I have a DD core.
In some ways. And I feel better
the only
about
problem
some of
is
these than others.
surveyors you are. And I don't have that, I think.
And I've been doing this with a lot of archetypes recently. I've been defending the pure version.
Main Timer's gone? Oh, okay, so we can log in.
All
right, let me
actually I've played a lot of pure Yami
let me load up Steam. Thank you for letting me know.
Obedience Schooled was never the best starter in Yami. Like it's a really good card going second, but it makes your
Rosin's gonna take a ball. RIP.
Into beasts, and that makes playing around Nibiru a lot more difficult. Like you can play around Nibiru a little bit, but your end board is good. Like you can't make Herald of the Arclight, you can't make Metal Marcher, you can't make Link Spider out of the Nibiru token. Like it makes your like going first. Obedience School legitimately is the worst starter in the deck. It's the worst one into Maxi and into Nib, which are all really good.
Who's
cards
pussy?
And like a lot of people are gonna play them with Yami release. So realistically, banning Obedience Schooled isn't even that big of a deal to pure Yami. You might think it is because the card reads completely broken, but it's not that bad, really. But even more important, I feel like it promotes combo slop. That's my bigger problem with it. It's like it's a card that, like, the Mitsurugi Yami deck, for example, never played Obedience School.
Gamey Otaku,
So I'm
thank
not
you for
happy
the
that
follow.
they're getting rid of Obedience School, because I feel like, you know, that was not the problem.
You
I think the
are
problem
what
would have
you
been, like,
eat.
something like Herald of the Arclight. Like, if I could choose
Cat?
one ban
Okay.
to balance Yami, I would not touch Obedience School. I would ban Herald of the Arclight.
I was
You
just
know?
wondering if
So
a
I'm not
particular
super happy that
cat.
they chose Obedience School for the ban, but it's besides the point. The thing that people are asking, and I guess some people are also complaining
Rosin's
about,
colored
is
hair
why
and
are we
pronouns.
pre-hitting Yami, but we didn't pre-hit Malice? Which I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, I don't think we should be complaining about this. What they're doing right now is the proper way to do it, okay? The proper way to do it is if you have an archetype that you know is going to
10k gems ready? I have like
from OCG
almost
and
9k.
TCG, they
It's like
consider
87,
100% certainty
8.7.
Yami
but-
is a very strong archetype that is top tier meta. Even with some hits, you know, the OCG has had 2 snatches for a long time, and they were all still playing pure Yami just fine. And a bunch of these other hits also applied, like Herald of the
Yummy
Arclight
bundle
is
as well?
limited in
Yes.
formats, I
Technically,
think.
that is not
They all play
confirmed
pure Yami anyways.
at
Horde
all,
of Drones was never at 3 in the TCG,
but
so of course it's
it is
okay
within
with
most
one
people's
Horde of Drones.
expectations.
You can play the deck absolutely without Obedience School.
It
So really
is-
the only hit that barely
Even if
mattered-
you did not see the leaks, we got like 5 billion bundles in the last like 5 updates. So I think it's pretty reasonable.
is semi-limiting Marshmallow.
And I know Snatchy is the cover card of Justice Hunters, so I think naturally it's gonna get an animation and the mate.
But like realistically, they know that the deck is still very much good enough with these hits, right? So anyone who's been saying like pure Yami is kind of dead with these hits, you just haven't played pure Yami before. Like pure Yami is 100% fine. It's 100,000%.
He's straight up just saying he didn't say Taurus, but he said like you just never played fucking Yummy. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. Okay.
Fine. There's no problem with pure Yami as of tomorrow.
Bundle
I'm not
Bonanza,
sure if it's
true.
the best version of the deck, but it's 100% playable. There's no problem. The bigger takeaway from all of this is this doesn't mean they're messing up with Yami right now. It just means they fucked up big time with Malice. Like, they should have
That is kind of
The
true.
way they did with this.
I feel like you could just see it that way. You know, if you're gonna be like negative or something like that, you gotta see things in negative light. You could also just point out like, yeah, they fucked up not pre-hitting Malice, so maybe, you know, bundle, yeah, but
never released in that power level. And I guess they kind of learned from it, hopefully, you know? I mean, people have been making fun of them for like, oh, if it's not women, then they get pre-hits, which I hope that's not the real reason, for God's sake. I hope they didn't release Malice at that power level because they were trying to farm, you know, I don't even want to... the way I look at it is just like the way they released Malice was a massive mistake because it was way too broken, and I think that's something that even people who like Malice...
this
can
was
agree
also before Adignister too. So they did incur some hits when Adignister backup came out. I think since then, Malice got a bunch of like hits too. So like just focusing on when it, I don't know, like, I mean, okay, it's still playable now, all right? So despite a red ransom ban, it's still playable, all right? I think I'm a little shocked, but also at the same time, not really. But it's not like they haven't, they're trying to overcorrect. Maybe you saw that April tweet? What was the April tweet?
that the deck was...
I hear that refresh.
There
You
was
can
no
hear it.
reason to release it at full power with 3 March here, with 3 Allure, with 2 Gold Sarks, with Appaloosa legal, and all the extra deck tools for Cybers. Like, even if you like Malice, you gotta admit, that was a little overtuned, that was a little broken, and then when we got even the first few Malice hits on the ban list, immediately Adignister came out to make it even more broken.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying, right?
Fuck.
From what I've heard, from
You
what
guys can
I've
hear
seen,
that.
the player numbers tanked because of it. You know, it was not a great time for Master Duel because having a deck that is so dominant and so broken is not a great look for an online card game, especially when it doesn't really get handled properly, right? Because it was a long time. Isn't that why you quit as well? It got me to the point where I wanted to take a break from Master Duel, and I mean, I've heard from a lot of people and I've seen the graphs with the player numbers. I was not the only one. Because if I was the only one, the graph wouldn't have gone down by so much, because my little one, it doesn't count as much, but there was more people out there. The numbers were not good after Malice release. And so it's, yes, they didn't pre-hit Malice, but that doesn't mean that they shouldn't pre-hit.
The maintenance notice changed. Let's go log in. I read this as a joke. Yeah, this reads like a joke. I see. Yeah. So you probably, okay. This isn't even like that. Like, Yeah. This is, yeah. Okay, I see.
hit anything.
Maybe
anymore.
another
Because
minute
Malice,
Orm.
They have to learn from that mistake, right? And this is the thing.
Been
right?
like
This
for
is
9
perhaps
minutes at this
very,
point,
very unique
Erm.
opportunity that anyone who's responsible for balancing a game
Marshmallow
should
is a
100%,
girl.
Like, make use of,
Okay,
right?
okay,
If you
okay.
have 2 other formats.
My
that are
bad, my
getting your
bad.
Cards months in advance. You have to make use of that. You have to make use of that information. Like, if you know from observing the OCG for months now that having Snatchy at 2 does not hurt Yummy's meta viability, then there's no reason for you to release it at 3.
I guess you could say, like, why even hit it at all if it's not even going to be, like, that relevant of a change? I think it does prevent some combos. Because I think I remember there's triple snatchy combos. But I've seen double snatchy combos to compensate. So it's not like the end of the world. But I guess one other thing you could say, like, oh, okay, this if they eventually do limit snatchy, they don't refund you more UR. You could also say that, too. Please 9 UR tag. Let's go. They did so that when they limit one, they only need to refund 30 instead of 60. Yeah, exactly. Like that could also be true. So it's not even like it's not even a matter of like I think it does do, you know, something, but it doesn't kill the deck, which is what most people in this space immediately jump to when they see fucking like a number on the top left corner.
Hurt the deck. So yeah, it's good. This is a good thing. This is it's still Yami is going to be very strong. Trust me. There's no problem for if you want to play Yami and you're worried that this is going to kill the deck. Don't worry. The deck is still absolutely fine. It is 100% very strong, and it might even be the best deck in Master Duel tomorrow. What about Mitsuyami? I mean,
We're not
Mitsuyami is
spending
basically
the
full
UR
damage.
to begin
The problem with Mitsuyami
with?
is not
Probably
the
not.
problem with Mitsuyami is
But if you do open multiples, people are more inclined to dust down to 2 copies, and that's like a minus 20 differential, right, between the full refund. No, I got staggered. I got staggered too.
is it the preferred version in a Max C environment? Which we don't know the answer to that question. We just know that in the past, the answer to that question has been
Masata been so profitable.
Master Duel
Meow.
is closer to the OCG. And in the OCG,
I'm
people aren't really playing Mitsuyami as much. They're playing pure Yami and pure Mitsu more. But we're gonna take a look at the OCG metagame in a second as well. I have that lined up. They posted
Log out, please. I'm joking. Okay, so I mean, I can't believe he has to say that. You know what I mean? Like, you were mad about White Rabbit because they decrab earlier. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Like people like sometimes need the extra UR immediately during that time instead of waiting for you know, holding on to it. Timmy, call your contact to get you in. True. Okay, so we all right, so that was hella clickbait, by the way. This is hella clickbait, but like, who the hell was falling for that? What do I do? Yummy is dead. True. Yummy's dead. Oh my god. What's this? Oh, Miracle Raven. Oh shit. Loading screen hell, yeah. Okay, this is not a surprise, right? Oh, they reprinted Surveyor. Yes. Okay. So if I want DDDs, this was a UR I'm missing. No way cookies UR? Of course. Like, to get to the quota of like 13 URs. Oh, they didn't tax Yummy Lollipo, actually. I was expecting a tax on almost everything. Frieza's back? Yeah, Frieza's back. Alright. So Miracle Raven's kind of a nice surprise. Yummy's like 11, maybe 10. That's pretty good. Where's Sofa Cord? Sofa Cord's cheap. Really? Right? Okay, the 2 links, or the links are UR, though. Oh, the synchros are not UR? Bruh. You're right. The synchros aren't UR. DD Maglos are kind of cheap. Yeah. Yeah, what the fuck? Okay, this card is a 3 of. The Queen Machinex, I understand. But so is Happiness. Bruh. $1 billion deck. The synchros are R. Let's go. This is actually pretty cheap. You need like what, one of these, 2 of these, 2 of these. You probably max out on names. Is Solfa cheap? You mean like pure Solfa or like the engine? I think the engine requires 3 happiness, at least one of the Link 3. And there was like one more UR. No, I think that's it. I think Cutie is SR, and then it looks like everything else is SR. Pure. Shit. I don't know actually. I'm pretty sure that they might be Coolia might be UR, the cover card of Solfa Chord. Coolia, Grand Coolia, Musician, 3 happiness, 3 elegance, and the pen slops. True. Not cake slop, my bad. Only happiness is UR out of the new cards. Yeah. But you need the link. But oh, you said new cards. Yeah, it's a new card. This seems like a pretty good what if I sub in Infinite Despair? Bro, I'm dying here. Miracle Raven's so funny. Is this a 3 of in the slop decks? There are 0 people that got double hits. Get fucked. What the yummy? Yeah. Yeah, here's the... I'm going to do this technique called opening and closing. While also praying that they'll let me in. Okay. Now, I'm treated as a new user. Clearly. I will... Fuck! So 13? I think it's like... What are you counting as 13? Because this is like 6, 10, 11. This is like 10 to 11. Yeah, this is 11. What are the other 2 that you're counting? 6, 7. Oh my fucking god. You know what? I can't with you guys. $7K and didn't get a single Marsh or Snatchy? Bruh. It's over. Alright, I'm just gonna log out of Steam. Okay. Switch profiles. Is Surprise a 1 of? Yeah, it's a 1 of. Every 3 except 2? No, this guy, I think you only play 1 of. Maybe you could play 2, but I've only seen 1. At least in TCG. What's it called? I'll switch to... Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a 1 of. It's like pretty searchable. And recyclable. Rat King of the Trash. Thank you for the follow. Before Mallet 2 to 3, Mallet just won. XDD. Even Pure plays 1 surprise? I would hold on to it. Maybe. But I think for the most part it's 1. Okay, I have enough then. Nice. You probably have enough for like Kaguri too. Oh, not Kaguri, the Camellia if you don't have it. Oh no, it's Kaguri you don't have. Bruh, I'm getting cooked. Oh my god. Last time I was like, good luck, boys and pros. Thank you for the kind words. Everyone, bless up. Oh my god, please. I can even get the Dominus. That's true. You can get Dominus. Okay, let's put on the music again. Fusion Synchro. Meow meow. Kaguri. Striker cards are also yours, yeah. I'm going to flip. I'm going to activate Impulse and Purge in the same duel right now. You can't stop me. Wish me luck. Good luck. Gaming Otaku X. Fusion Singer or Star Yo, that'd be so funny. That'd be so funny. Tenpai. Dude, Tenpai survived on like scraps, bruh. They need to get Synchro Cup, bruh. Meow meow meow, yeah. Also flashing Urzatron? That shit's crazy. Bruh. There was no double hit? Yeah, no double hit. Yeah, I want to know what Hatano got. I'm going to ask him. Can you tell me in picture what's the URs for Pure Yummy? Here. 800, 900? So they did have to split the plot by hundreds. Yes! that plot is crazy. Which I use Ashan U1000? Was it the K9? That one K9 deck to search Habakiri? It was like some fucking Betos Buster. How much is the bundle? I don't know. Yeah, what's the... How many UR cards I need? I think just from this picture is like 11. But if you play Dominus cards, that also jacks it up. If you play Striker cards, that also jacks up like this. I think that's like another... That's like another 180 or something. Bonus 2.4. There's a cover APT, but every word is meow. Yeah. Ryan Yu. That's Ryan Yu shared that one. I'll just get the bundle. Wait. Okay, so I'm gonna try to spend 6K and then try to round out everything. Just play Mimigul, Yummy Mimigul. That will be cheaper. All right. Our Yummy collection. Collector's file, of course. Yeah, I'm in. Let's go. Oh, this mate base is cute. Oh my god. I'm not going to spend. I'm not going to spend on it. I refuse. Wait, is this 10 packs for 2.4K? I mean, all right. If you like bundles, you won't be disappointed. When you look up to, yeah. I got gotcha into it. Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Okay. Structure deck. Wait. Oh, what the fuck are they doing? A new structure deck? Huh. Gain TDR? That's true. Dude, my eyes glaze over when I see this shit. Okay, they're removed. Holy shit. Triple hit, none. Double, single hit, 11,000. So I think the pot was... I did not expect the thousands. Oh, 1104 people. Yeah, I did not expect 11,000. I was thinking like 500 because that's also not that crazy. Well, I mean, it does make a difference. But now this is like second set, 861, 927. I pulled 5 UR bundles, so I'm not complaining. Nice job. Dang, they're diabolical. I mean, I had a feeling I was lowballing it with like 300 people split. No doubles or triples? Yeah. Wait, this looks sick. All right, one new secret pack. Blazing Vitality. Okay, I'm... I mean, the Red Eyes Metamorph stuff isn't terrible. I'm just like, I don't have any interest. Okay. All right, so I will... Here's the deck. What is DD Blood doing on the calculator? DD Blood. They're about to kiss, yes. They remind me of Castor and Pollux, the Geminis. Okay. Oh my god, please. Yummy, but there's no yummy cards in it. Okay, so this is what the fuck is this? Orm. I forgot what these were representing. I mean, they were obviously yummy cards, but all right. Now you gotta finish Yummy Mitsu? Nice. I have Mitsu cards, but I'm not gonna play it. Soulful Chord. I'm gonna try Soulful Chord. I think I know the lines, but no, not you. Play this. I don't think you need the Link 2 either. I don't think this is mandatory. Wait, Solfegia is rare? What the fuck? You can play songs? Yes, you can. Yeah, you can play songs with Dominators. Let's see. Baylan's placer is diabolical. Sorry, those are a Croaky and for the Unin form, those were supposed to be a Croaky and Yummy's mute or whatever. Why are these normal? Mignon, that's what it is. Oh, I already have. Oh, okay. Oh, I need Cutia. Okay, there's something missing here. Oh, it's probably because of the package. Alright, something like this. Oh, I need to adjust the... Why did you are after adjusting the White Rabbit? Nice. Oh, the ban list is in effect. You're right. I have a Royal Herald on this account. No, it's Glossy. Okay, it's the other account that has it. Oh, Clockwork Knight was supposed to be snatchy. Linkaribo. IPSP. Oh, let's get the Gorgon. Yes, let's add that. Does Yummy Deck have all the cool cards? Yes, they have all of them. Oh, this doesn't play Elf because it's fucking TCG. Alright, for now I'll just keep it like this. Alright, we can finally start pulling. You're so happy about DDD? Nice. I'm glad they reprinted. Oh, the okay. Okay, I love the hair. I like the hair. That's pretty good. Oh. Bruh. This looks kind of weird. It's like the perspective is supposed to be like his hand stretching out towards you, But he's also rotating at the same time, so it's like... I do vibe with the little crab guy. Does Gorgon prevent unaffected from activating their effects? No. But it does... No, it doesn't. I think specifically for Liger, you need to make this with IP. He's just the aura farming. It's okay. Yummy's here, yeah. Yummy is here. Alright, let's just pull. Can you try Megalith in this event? It is quite strong. You can pop up some more to put 4 to 5 cards in your opponent's turn, and it's really cheap. You can easily get your monsters over 4k and punch over Chaos Max. Libromancers also stand a chance if you pop their monsters at the right time. Mogu, 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 mogu. Da, da, da. Oh yeah, that's a good start. Oh, this is meant for fucking this is a TCG exclusive, meant for Heralds. Mogu mogu yummy, mogu yummy. So Yummy Striker and TCG, nice. Bruh. Pasta called forth Megalith Guar. Yeah. I'm very grateful for that. Thank you. Gryphon, I already have that. Yo, Blark, thank you so much for the raid. How's it going? We're right in the Gamba section of the... Oh shoot, Alfred. Yeah, thank you so much. Slash shout out. Mogu, mogu, mogu. Okay, no URs. Amogus balls, true. Ah! Mogu, mogu, yummy, magic coming. No yummy, true. I can't believe Alfred loved Batman. I know. Sometimes it'd be one of your own. Oh wait, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take this. I'll take 2 UR. Oh! Ooh! Banger! Ooh! Okay, Miracle Raven's not that crazy, but I'll take it. Good morning. Time for me to grind rank to get gems for Yummy. Good luck, good luck. Yummy's kind of cheap. I don't know about the remaining extra deck stuff, but the core is like 10 to 11 UR. Okay, I mogged at the end, alright? Sometimes... Game doesn't want to let me in. Alright, here's the URs. If you want a screenshot, here are the URs. You can see, right? That's Marshmallow, blocked by chat. But I guess you already knew that. Alright. Miracle Raven, bruh. Thanks, no problem. Alright, as long, you know, I'll take anything as long as it's not freaking we already have Cutia. We do not have the wise King Solomon. I'll take anything that's not... Since you open no URs, you have a guaranteed... Oh shoot, it's the Haiku card. Is Miracle Raven a 1 or 2 of? I actually don't know. I need the ritual slop experts to weigh in on that. Wait, what the fuck? I just saw the 75 stream streak and the 35 stream streak. Radga Bunny and my body one clown. That's crazy. Oh shit, okay, I was missing this. I'm not upset. Yeah, I don't mind spending on this one because I'm at rounding out some cores. I already have a DD core. And I'm interested in Sofa Chord, so maybe we'll get the... Oh, Ray is up. Alright, hold on. I need to pull up Unk. Da, 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 da. Trifuse 2 in his slop list? Okay. That's probably the sloppiest you get. That's probably the sloppiest you could ever get with that card. Though I don't see how you couldn't run 3, but... I'm not going to question it. What the... Not a terrible royal. That's fine. Alright. Dada core, yeah. Dada core. Da 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 da. I just saw Genmoon meow. Mogged by Surge Screen. Da, 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 da. Okay, this is promising. Da 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 da. Alright, Primo, what? Okay, our first... Let's see. What the fuck? I forgot this got retrained. Okay, I'll take the glossy. Ooh, Ragnarok. Damn. Oh shit, okay, okay, lock in. Yes, I'll take the happiness. Yes, 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 happiness. Okay. So far. Oh no. Uh-oh, I don't like this. Megalith Fulok. Yummy redemption. All right. Miracle Raven. Okay, I'll take it. At least it's not a guaranteed you are. Okay, 3 Raven. I want a Yummy Cosmetics, but 24 10 packs is kind of, yeah. Yes, second Surveyor. Okay. Where Cupsy? Okay, that's true. We don't have Cupsy yet. We have not encountered a Cupsy. Is Frieza one of? You mean like the one that's like standing, like the front facing Frieza? Not the Surveyor, right? The other one? I think that one's one of. Oh shit, another you are. Yes, Marshmallow, okay. But I think Surveyor is 3 of. Which is kind of annoying. Because it was in a previous pack, but I'm glad it got reprinted. Yeah. Scale Surveyor, yeah. This one I think is 1 of. Okay, this isn't too bad. I mean, the Yummy progress is pretty, The Yummy progress could be better, though. Surveyor was 1 of? That's what I heard, too, but some of the OCG players that I've been looking at were playing, 3. Okay. Yes? Come on, Frieza. No! Not this fucking BlazBlue looking aw character. No, actually, no. He looks like one of the Street Fighter 3 characters. Oh, another Miracle Raven. Come on. I don't know. When I read the card, it seemed like something you'd play 3 of. Bruh. Where Cupsy? I know. He's hiding.